Welcome to the Blue Lounge. Welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing okay. I know you're disappointed. I know we're all a little bit frustrated. But it is what it is. Today we're going to be talking about the draw. Even though it feels like a defeat, we're going to be talking about the draw against Burnley in this match preview. And I'm sorry for starting the stream a little bit disappointed, a little bit frustrated. It's just the way I feel after seeing that result. To be fair, the performance deserved better than that result. But we'll be dissecting it, we'll be addressing it, we'll be analysing it on the stream tonight. Tonight, we're going to have an open stream. Shortly, I will post the link in the chat, and we will be discussing this live on air. This is an open stream. Everybody is welcome to partake. There is no set panel for tonight's stream. It's an open discussion with everybody who wants to come on. I want to just address some of the comments. Elijah, first one to comment. Big up to you. Akish, I agree. Akish, welcome to the stream. Tobago, welcome to the stream. Big up to everyone. Big up to everybody. I will be posting the link pretty soon. Big up to Marine. Keelan, long time no see, my brother. I hope you're doing good. I hope you are doing good. I'm fine. I'm good. Regardless of the result, I'm good, and it's good to have you back in the chat. Strip Bear, as always, big up to you, and it's great to see you back in the chat. I've missed you, not seen you here for a while, so good to have you back. Big Papa CC, big up to you. Chelsea, 1, 2, 3, 4. It was poor, mate. It was poor. Big up to you as well. Big up to everyone. Listen. Let me give you my take. Let me give you my take on the performance and the result, and then I will post the link in the chat, and I will get everyone to jump in and have their take on this. Listen, the performance was a good one. Yeah, the performance was a good one. The first half, some great play, some great interchange between our midfield and our attack. Fantastic chance creation, but disappointing conversion. Ross Barkley starting this game was not what I expected to see. But Ross Barkley put in a very good shift, especially in that first half. Second half, he did all right as well. I think 2 halves of football is a little bit too much for us, to be fair, but I think he put in a very, very good shift. In the first half, his performance was good. He was a good linking player between the midfield, the attacker Kai Havertz and Callum. I think he played just a little bit behind him. I know it was supposed to be two two guys wider, one striker, but it felt like it was more of two wider attackers and one just behind them. Excuse me. Ross Barkley did well. He missed a fantastic opportunity. He put so I'm just got distracted by the chat. He missed a fantastic opportunity in the second half. But I think that was one miss out of a whole bunch by the rest of the team. The goal that we scored was a great goal. Great cross by Reece James. Kai Havertz header. He needs to do a lot more than that. He needs to do a lot more of that. Sorry, he needs to do a lot more of that. He has a good header on him. Kai Havertz has a good finish on him. He just needs to do that more often. I think he misses too many chances and finishes too few. But he has the ability to finish a lot more. I think Kai Havertz's performance was good. I think he got a lot of flack for the previous performance, and he did well. He did a bit of interacting with the fans. Not the good type of interaction. Yeah, I'm glad to see him back on his feet after that little accident that he had. All in all, decent performance. And to be fair, had we not conceded that goal, our only goal from open play this season, had we not have conceded that goal, I think the performance would have been acceptable by a lot of the fans. I think the fact that we did concede that goal and it finished 1-1, we are all disappointed. But I think had it finished 1-0, a lot of us would be talking about the performance as being acceptable. I think finishing is a problem for Chelsea. Finishing is definitely a problem. Chance creation is not. Finishing is. And I think Lukaku coming back, Timo Werner coming back, hopefully after the international break, is going to address that to a certain degree. I think we are still in a very good position. We are still top of the league. Even if West Ham can't defeat Liverpool tomorrow, we're still going to be top of the league going into the international break. Coming back, we have a 1 point lead that we can build on. I think we shouldn't be too disappointed, but we are frustrated because we could have had 3 points today and should have had 3 points today. Unfortunately, that was not the case. I'm going to put the link in the chat for everyone who wants to partake. 1 second, lads. Paste. Pin. All right, so the link has been pinned to the top of the chat. Anyone who wishes to jump in, you are welcome to do so. Like I said, today is an open stream. Is an open stream. I did plan to do a watch along. Unfortunately, didn't get a lot of. Sorry, 1 second. My camera just went off. Yeah, I did plan to do a watch along as promised. Didn't get the response that I wanted, so I wasn't able to stream a watch along today. But I hope this analysis, this review will not disappoint. Julius, big up to you. Welcome to the stream. Tobago, big up to you, and welcome to the stream. How are you guys doing this evening or this afternoon, whatever time zone you're in?
I'm good.
Good.
You say?
I'm okay. I'm like I said, a little bit frustrated, a little bit disappointed, but I'm content. Tobago, I'll start with Tobago. Tobago, give me your response to what you saw on the pitch today. How did you see that?
I'm frustrated. I'm annoyed because the moment we misses too many chances, this guy is going to come back to us and concede a goal, and then we end up throwing the game. So that was the problem. if we create chances and we score 2 to 3 goals, we know if any team can score against us, still we are winning the game. But if we miss so many chances, we're not gonna win the games. Unfortunately, it's that. So our players need to work on that. They must finish the game. Stop blaming. I see our fans are blaming Thomas Tuchel about the late changes. Why he made those subs late? No, no, no. This is not on the coach. This is on the players. They need to wake up on their finish. Simple as that. That's it. That is their job. They are paid for that. So please, 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 I'm on ahead of that. But anyway, it's not the end of the world. We move on, and then let's hope the players they learn their lesson. That's it.
All right. Good feedback, but I'm a little bit what's the word here? I disagree with you slightly when it comes to not putting the blame on Tuchel. I do believe Tuchel misread his substitutions. I think his substitutions, he made the right substitutions, but I think he made it 10 minutes too late.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with you. Yeah, but the problem, if we're winning, would you blame teacher if we're winning 2-0?
To be fair, if we're winning 2-0, no. If we're winning 2-0, I'll be content because that's why I expected to see today a 2-0 victory. I think if we were winning, then the substitutions would not have mattered. This is why, because we were not winning. That's why I think the substitutions mattered. We'll address that again, Tobago. I want to bring in Julius. Julius, let me hear your thoughts on this game. Big up to you and welcome to the stream.
Thanks. I'm not surprised, Mo. It's Burnley. I don't think we need to over-analyze it much and get too negative about it. It's one of those games, man. We had to drop points. We had to concede. And if there is the one team that would upset us, it's these guys. We've seen it before. I remember, I think Tuchel's first game for Chelsea was against Burnley as well, and we ended up drawing as well. They do have a thing against big clubs. We're not the only team that they cause upsets against, and there is a lot of positive. Look, the goal happened. I truly believe when you watch their goal, they didn't even know how this whole thing happened. It just somehow they were not offside, and then they took advantage of the situation. It was one of those errors from our defenders as a line, and it worked out perfectly for them. They couldn't believe they scored. It just worked out. So there is a lot of positives. We created a lot of chances, something we haven't seen regularly against a tough team. Burnley is not an easy team to create chances against.
True.
And yeah, go ahead.
Julius, good point on the goal. I totally agree with you. And towards the end of the game, I think the last 5 minutes of the game, they had a break out on goal, 1-on-1 with Mendy, and they decided to take the ball to the corner flag and not even attempt a shot. So they are shocked that they were in that position, 1-1 towards the end of the game, and they didn't want to even try to win the game because it was something incomprehensible to them to actually where we're gonna get a point. Why do we want to risk getting 3?
Exactly.
And that's the difference between the two teams. And I agree with you. It's a result that is a shock to both sets of fans, I believe. And I think for us, I saw a lot of the feedback on Twitter. We are shocked and disappointed because we are in this position when we could have been easily 2-3 goals ahead. We didn't kill off the game. We should have killed it off. We didn't. We had the opportunities to do that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we did not. We did not. Go for the jugular and finish it. I just want to ask both of you this question. Did we not lack the motivation to kill off the game or the ability? Because in my opinion, I think we did try, but I think we just didn't have that ability to finish off the game. I mean, Pope was outstanding in goal for them today, but I don't think we had the ability to score 2-3 goals tonight. For some reason, it seemed like we could create, just couldn't finish.
We are still facing the same problem as last year. We don't finish. It's unfortunate, to be honest. But at the end of the day, I wanna highlight the fact that we created a lot of chances. We were unfortunate. We hit the post once. I think
hit the post twice,
twice,
2 or 3 times. Yeah, I think Thiago Silva hit the post, and I think Barkley hit the post. There was a couple of times.
Yeah,
post,
I don't remember the other one, but yeah, like you're right. And then the other thing, Mo, is that there is also a chance Havertz where he almost scored and it went corner and it wasn't given as well. That was very unlucky. If you analyze the game closely in those moments, there is a lot of unluck. Straight up, there is a lot of unluck. There is an ongoing issue as well that is still haunting us. We are unlucky that Lukaku is injured. This is the type of game Lukaku would have been actually great for us today. I believe if Lukaku was playing today, we would have won the game 2-0 comfortably. But after 500 plus minutes, a lot of clean sheets, top of the league. We're not, even if Liverpool win, we're still going to be top. We're in a good place. At the end of the day, I think we're getting a little bit spoiled. We shouldn't be too negative. All together, from a macro image, we're good. Nothing to worry about.
No, I totally agree. Top of the league, regardless of the results, and regardless of what happens tomorrow, we will still end this international break. Top of the league, 1 point ahead of everyone. Liverpool will be in second should they win tomorrow, and if they don't win tomorrow, then we are 3 points ahead of Man City. So we are in a good position. Yes, we were disappointed, but this result, where we are in the league, where we are in the season, you're bound to have a bad result. I mean, you can't expect to go throughout the whole season without dropping points. Disappointed it's against Burnley, but I'd rather be dropping them against Burnley than against one of the competitors who are competing for the title, because then those points would be valued as double. You get me? So from that aspect, I understand that. What do you guys think of Barkley's performance today? Because I've seen a lot of debate regarding Barkley. People are telling me, average performance, some are saying poor performance. But how do you guys rate Barkley's performance specifically today? I'll go with Tobago. Tobago, you start, man.
I think Barkley played very well. The problem is his, what would I say? The last, the final piece. So if sometimes he have to pass the players and then score, he was kind of selfish sometimes. So I think that was the problem. But likely for that, he played well, and then unfortunately, the fans are not seeing that because he misses one chance, and then they're saying he's a bad player. Tuchel was not. Tuchel we should have put Rafter's cheek than Ross Barkley. So that is not a good opinion. So I think Barkley played well. Just is selfish sometimes.
What you mean? You mean like trying to score when he should be looking to lay it off, maybe?
Yes, look at the chances, the little chance that he missed. He should have at least passes to Chilwell. Chilwell was free, but he chose to shoot. Unfortunately, 6 points rugby.
He had he have scored, everyone would have been talking about a brilliant performance, but it is what it is. Julius Barkley, what's your thoughts on the man?
Yeah, I think he had a fantastic game. He was I think Barkley is one of the main positives of Chelsea lately. I'm very happy to see him performing. He's very creative. You can see he's actually working so hard. He's ambitious. You could see the attitude. There is something right about Barkley, and I give credit to Thomas Tuchel for also, I think, installing that belief in him. Maybe Barkley was at a point he wasn't confident enough to be playing at a club like Chelsea. That's why he did better at Aston Villa. There was a lot less pressure on him, and I think Thomas Tuchel played a big role. One of the best managers in the world, Thomas Tuchel, actually, right now.
Yeah.
Barkley, with the transition from defense to offense, I think he was vital today. Him and what's his name, Hudson-Odoi. In terms of,
do you think Hudson-Odoi had a good game? I'm a little bit borderline with Hudson-Odoi. I think his performance today was probably below his standard.
I think he's done better than before. Even today, he wasn't as good as the previous games, the recent games, but I think he did better than what I used to see him doing, because he looks energetic. I used to see a lazy Odoi on the pitch. I don't see that anymore recently. That's why I'm a little bit. I'm kind of positive about him. I really don't think the issue was in our defense or our midfield today, or it's just we couldn't finish. We hit the post a couple times, we just couldn't finish. That's the only issue. I really cannot take anything else. The goal they scored, everyone knows. They know they didn't see it coming. That's it. If we scored another goal, the whole sentiment and conversation would have been different. It's very unlucky today. It's one of those days.
Okay, I want to just bring up something on the screen. Give me 1 second. 1 second.
Actually, Chilwell wasn't that good. If I want to say one thing today, one player that wasn't great, I think Chilwell was kind of passive offensively today.
Chilwell. Hold up. I'm trying to bring the lineup on the screen, but for some reason it's going into the app. Oh, here we go. Okay, so today, 1 second. By the way, guys, make sure you hit that like button. We are on 24 likes. Let's try to get to 50 likes as quickly as possible. So if you're in the chat and you haven't hit that like button already, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you're new to the Blue Lounge, consider subscribing. Really appreciate that. And again, an open chat today, so you're all welcome to jump on. I see some of the panelists in the chat. Like I said, it's an open chat, so everybody's welcome to come on. And today, I'm glad that I have Strip Bear back in the chat. She hasn't been here for some time, so it's good to see her back in the chat. Mike Frank, big up to you, seeing you in the chat. Wise Guy, and MCIG also in the chat. Listen, the starting lineup for today, because I know some people may not have seen the game because of the 3 o'clock kickoff. The starting lineup was Mendy in goal, Christensen, Thiago Silva, Rudiger in defense, James and Chilwell, right wing back, left wing back, Kante, Jorginho in the heart of the midfield, Barkley, Havertz and Hudson-Odoi as our 2-3 attackers. Julius, were you surprised at the lineup and the squad, or was it what you expected?
I think I wasn't surprised at all, because it makes sense to start Barkley and Hudson-Odoi. I think these were the only two that kind of was a bit different from before. Also, you have to take into consideration Pulisic just came back from injury, and Mount had an infection.
Were you expecting him to start today?
Who?
But Pulisic. Sorry, Pulisic.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't expecting.
You wasn't. All right. Okay.
I'm actually not surprised at all with the lineup.
Yeah. To be fair, I thought that we might see Ziyech starting again. I'm glad we saw Barkley. I am actually very pleased that we saw Barkley starting. I think he has put in enough hard work to justify him giving the start. I was expecting to see Ziyech, but I'm pleased to see Barkley. Couch Critic, welcome to the stream. How are you?
I'm good, man. Not feeling the best today, but both me and my son are a little under the weather, so don't look like it's too
Hey,
long. But I did want to jump on and say what's up.
hope you get well soon, mate. I hope you get well soon. How did you see the performance today, the match? How was your what was your reaction to the 1-1 draw with Burnley today?
I mean, it's not that deep. I thought we played well. We didn't take a lot of the chances that we created, which is unfortunate. But I think overall, you can't really discredit the performance. We knew we were going to be shorthanded anyways. And to come out of that stretch of games with the amount of points that we have, top of the table, going into the national break, it can't be viewed as a bad thing.
Sure.
Standout performance for me was definitely Reece James again. I think that he is just owning that right
Great
flank now.
performance.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, just everywhere, like bossing it defensively, transition, everything. He's just been incredible. He was my man of the match. I did have something to say about like the substitutions, and I know that in our group chat we kind of like touched on it. And I think that this is kind of how I saw it. I thought like you did, Mo. I thought the substitutions were a little bit too late, and what the game called for was not really answered. I thought that, and again, it could just be down to whether or not he was actually even up for it. But I felt like Mason Mount should have come on for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Mason Mount should have come on for Ross Barkley in the middle because the game needed some technique up in the midfield, and Ruben was playing as a number 10 there. And as a number 10, I think his mentality as a number 10 isn't to be as hardworking as he is as a 6. So I just think that the awareness of Mason Mount would have been important in that aspect. And if you're going to take off Conte, then you bring on Ruben for Conte, I thought. But yeah, aside from that, it was just you can't expect, you know, what do we play? Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, or something like that. Like that's a lot of football for,
True.
you know, very little rotation too, because we haven't really had the full strength of the squad to, you know, really get the true application of what we want to do as a football club. But you know, I take it. I say this is just how football is. You know, sometimes you win games like this. You know, many people pointing to the Brentford game as being one where we got away with one, and this is one where you know your luck runs out. You know, I'm not as reactionary. I see some stuff on Twitter and stuff like that. It's so reactionary. It's crazy. Like if City, you know, City's dropped points like this all season. Like they've had matches where, you know, you'd expect them to win 4-0, 5-0, and they draw 1-1, and you know they've won the title before. They know how to do this, right? So I'm not as worried about it. I'm just more thinking about, you know, now we get into the international break, we get a little bit more healthy. This next run of games, this next 5 games is crucial to me, like very, very important. We have to get our strikers up and running again, and we have to like start taking maximum points again. This is the part of the season that I'm most focused on because of the fact that we're coming off an international break and getting some bodies back, and there's going to be some matches that aren't necessarily difficult but will be tricky.
Yeah. I mean, I put this up on the screen because it kind of emphasizes what you're saying, Couch. I mean, our last 5 results, 4 wins and a draw. We are a lot better in regards to our performances than our rivals. I mean, should Liverpool win tomorrow, then they'll have 3 wins and 2 draws. So we are where we are on merit and on performance, and I think the perspective needs to be Chelsea are still doing great. Chelsea are still in there with because I was reading people actually tweeting, our chances of winning the league are down the drain. Some reactionary fans, some
Crazy
big statements being made. But I mean, just look at the table. Look at the table. Even Liverpool winning tomorrow, we are still in a very healthy position. And it's 11 games in the season. 11 games in the season, and we're sitting top. Okay, so Yes, disappointed at the result. To be fair, the performance wasn't too bad. I mean, I agree. It was just the finishing. The finishing aspect is where we were lacking, and I think, like Julius was saying earlier, can't wait for Lukaku to come back because, well, I think it was Julius or Tobago was it Tobago? Tobago was saying, this is the kind of game that we will, we would have needed the finishing capabilities and the strength that Lukaku brings, because Burnley are a very physical team, and Lukaku today would have had a great time against that defense.
No doubt. This is exactly the reasons why you sign Lukaku for games like this.
Yeah. How do you guys rate the performance of Kai Havertz today? Because he has been getting some stick recently. He scored, so our attacker scored the goal today. How do you guys see that? We'll start with Julius. Julius, how do you rate specifically Kai Havertz?
He did very well to score the first goal. He did what he had to do when he got a decent cross in the box from James. But overall, I don't really blame him a lot, because you're not gonna score every single chance at the end of the day. I would have loved that he could have maybe got a second goal, but it's tough, man. I don't know. I can't blame him 100%. Oh, he should have scored. He had a lot of opportunities. I don't know. You have a lot of world class actual strikers that would score a goal and miss other chances. It happens. Again, like as I say, for me, this game there is not much to analyze. I think it was just a little bit unfortunate.
Okay, Tobago, your thoughts on Havertz?
I think Kai played very well today. Unfortunately, he should have scored the second goal, and then it was a deflection. So, apart from that, he played very well. Improved from his last game against Malmo. So I'm not worried about Kai Havertz because he's increasing Chelsea's, his personal scoring goals, because now every 2 games he score 1 goal. So at least he's doing something. So I'm not worried about Kai Havertz. He played well. It's not end of the world. We move on. And then let's hope we win against that.
All right. Couch, Kai Havertz.
Yeah, no, I thought this was one of his better games, to be honest. It was a physical game, and I thought he held himself up pretty well. You didn't see him on the
floor. Yes, Tobago. We heard you. We heard you, Tobago. We heard you.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I was just saying that no worries. I was just thinking that he had a good game, one of his better games as far as I'm concerned, not just because he scored. Thought that he did a good job of linking up, came deep a few times, and just his link-up play was decent. His movement was always decent, but I think that his ability to hold up the ball, win headers and stuff like that was impressive for me today, because again, Burnley being such a physical side, you expect him to be less imposing on the opposition, and I thought he was actually pretty good. For sure, again, these are the opportunities that you expect him to take. I want to see him score more. I did think that the goal that he did get was beautiful, but it's beautiful from the fact that Reece just found his head so perfectly, like in open space. Like it was a beautiful cross, just perfect pinpoint. But you still have to take the opportunities. You saw Christensen get another open header and put it wayward. So, it's not always about just finding the teammate's head. It's about like the ability to finish it too. And I thought he took it really well. The second opportunity, I really do think he should have finished that as well. He got the march of the defender, and then he just had to just put it on target. And I don't think it was deflected, if I'm not mistaken, because they were awarded goal kick, right? So. Yeah, he's got to finish those. But again, overall, his application was decent today, and that's again another performance to build off of. But now we're gonna have Lukaku and Werner coming back, what's his role going to be within the side? He's giving us something to think about as far as like the striker goes. He's playing as an out number 9, but that position is going to be owned by Lukaku when he gets back. So where does Havertz fit in going forward? That's the question we need to answer.
Yeah, I want to play you guys a clip. Just give me a second. I need to sort out the audio. This is an interview that was done by Tuchel just after the game. And I want you to focus on the last 10-15 seconds of this interview. And look at his body language, and then we're going to discuss what he said. So I'm going to try to sort out the audio. 1 second, lads. Okay.
Thomas, 2 big points dropped and quite remarkable when you had 78.
Right, tell me if you can hear it. Can you hear the audio?
In the first half.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't get it. 2 points dropped and?
You had 78.9% of the possession in the first half.
Yeah. We played a great game. I refuse a little bit to analyze this game from behind and from the result. I'm super happy with the performance. I'm impressed with the attitude and the power that my team put again on the pitch in the 7th game in a row now. Fantastic effort, fantastic game. We created so many chances. We could have scored easily the second one that would have decided the match. If you miss the second one, okay, it is not always possible to keep a clean sheet. Unfortunately, they had 1 half chance and they took it. In the only 2 minutes where we lost a little bit the pressure on them. This can happen. We don't like it to happen, and still we have to accept that this can happen, but it cannot hide from the fact that we had a top performance again.
Only the 3rd time you've dropped points this season, and Reece James, he's now contributed 4 goals and 3 assists. Only Salah, Antonio and Vardy have done more. A Beckham-esque cross.
Good, very good cross, excellent cross was the key for this goal. We're happy that Kai scored. It was a brilliant goal. We had a lot of chances, like I said, and should have scored more to win the game, well deserved, but happy for Reece and Kai.
Was the celebration a little bit too much over the top?
From whom?
From yourself, after the goal?
No,
you didn't.
Absolutely not.
Oh, that's fine. This is a very tight title race. Do you think you can put the foot back on the gas when you come back from the international break?
We cannot. I cannot see any problem and not see any title race in the moment. We do what we do. It's a long way to go. It's almost 40 match to play, and we have only played 10 or 11. 11 now. So it's not the moment to think about the finish line. We have to go a long way.
All right. So what do you guys think about the last question that he was asked about the celebration bit? It was one of them gotcha kind of questions. I've got my own point of view on that, but I want to hear from you guys first.
That was a whack question.
Wasn't it?
And I think it has more to do with, it was just so whack. But I think it has everything to do with the fact that they were arguing on the sidelines. Like there was talk of Burnley's coaching staff arguing with Tuchel's coaching staff. And so that little bit of rivalry, she's like, oh yeah, so you're celebrating so hard, and then they came back and scored on you. See, maybe you should think. That's just stupid. They're just looking for something to start some sort of a controversy.
Did they shake hands at the end of the game? Did they shake hands?
I'm not sure actually. They didn't see.
I didn't see them shake hands. I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
I hope they didn't.
I think they didn't. Julius, I think they didn't. What do you think of him celebrating the way he did, Julius? And what do you think of the way he reacted to that question specifically?
Yeah, I think I liked the way he celebrated, actually. I absolutely loved it. His reaction was funny. He knew what she meant, but he tried to play it down. I agree with Couch Critic. The question is whack as well. The whole interview was whack, to be honest. Like, she's asking about Would you going to be able to have the foot on the gas after the international break? Oh, imagine he's saying, no, we're not going to do that. What kind of questions is this? They're trying to put pressure.
So stupid. Yeah.
This is what the media does. Like, they just want to put pressure on you. They want to create a drama and controversies. They just love that, and it's absolutely disgusting. I don't enjoy it. I don't know if there is anyone from the football fan community who would enjoy that stuff. I don't see what's the value of those questions. We would rather watch interviews that are useful, not asking stupid questions like this. Even press conferences prior to the games, like, they ask ridiculous questions. What do you think of when someone like Reece James score goals or something? What did you think of Reece James scoring 2 goals last game? Oh, what do you think he would have thought? Like, what kind of questions?
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'll give you my take after I hear Tobago. Tobago, what's your take on the question and the celebration?
About the celebration, I love how teachers celebrate each and every time we score a goal. And then about the questions, no. These journalists, they need to watch what they are saying, because it's not good. Because if our coach says something bad, they were going to use his weight against him. So I think Tuchel behaved very well there. And then the league is a marathon, so no need to worry too much. So I know we drop points, but the league is a marathon, and then let's hope on the last game he performed very well.
No, I agree. I totally agree. Listen, people, we've got more than 100 people watching the stream right now, so I'd like to see some likes on the stream. And if you're new to the Blue Lounge, consider subscribing. My take on the celebration. Look, Sean Dyche, he was giving it large throughout the game. He was, every decision the referee made, he was giving the fourth official an earful. He was trying to interfere in more ways than one. And I think Tuchel was unhappy about that, and him and Tuchel had a little bit of an exchange of words just before the goal was scored. And when it was scored, Tuchel just vented out all of that emotion in the best way he knew how. And good on him, because when you're playing football and you see your manager reacting in a specific way to you for performing well, for doing something good, it gives you that little bit more of a boost. It gives you a little bit more of motivation to continue and to play even better. So Tuchel acting in that way, no issues with it. And again, the journalist trying to get under his skin, she failed. She failed. For a moment there, he was like, "What is this kind of question?" But Tuchel is a polite gentleman who doesn't want to respond in a direct way. So he just shrugged it off and continued with the interview, and that's one of the attributes that makes me as a Chelsea fan really admire my manager, and the way that he handles himself in the press conferences as well as on the touchline. One concern we had with one of our managers was the fact that he was always doing that on the touchline, regardless of what was happening on the pitch. This guy, he's emotional. He reacts, and I like to see that. And we've seen him do both sides. When he's happy, he lets the players know, and when he's upset, he lets the players know. So very good from Tuchel. May it continue.
I want to touch one thing more, if you allow me.
Sure. Go ahead.
If you notice what Tuchel said in the interview, was exactly what I've been trying to say on your stream. There is not much to talk about in this game. We played really well. It was just that one goal that we missed, because you're not going to be able to, sometimes you score one goal, you're not going to be able to have a clean sheet every single time. It happens. It was unfortunate. There is literally not much to analyze, and he actually said spot on. Like, I don't think we should be negative. It's frustrating. Don't get me wrong, the way we conceded, but on a bigger picture, nothing to worry about. It's just one of those games. It doesn't mean much.
Yeah.
So true. And if we play that exact same game 9 more times, we're gonna win that. Pretty much 9 out of 10 times. So I'm not worried about that. And I think even what he said in the another post match, I think I posted in the group as well. He says the interviewer asked him, he's like, very disappointing to the performance. A very frustrating performance, having dropped 2 points. And he's like, no, there was nothing disappointing about that at all. We played really well. Sometimes the results don't reflect how you play. So I have no problem with it. Like you're gonna drop points at some point. We're not gonna go this 38 games. 38 games winning every one. So I'm more proud of the fact that we continue to keep the level high, continue to keep the intensity high, despite rotating the squad as much as we have. The last 4 or 5 games and whatnot. If we can continue to do that and give people opportunities to assert themselves and get an opportunity to play, then we're laughing, man. This is exactly what you want, a team of players that you can rely on. Ross Barkley, nobody expected Ross Barkley to start today. Nobody. And while I thought he was average, he still came on and did bits on the pitch, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Tobago, crazy feedback from the end. Crazy feedback from Tobago's end. I don't know what he's doing. No, spot on. I disagree with your evaluation of Ross Barkley, though, Couch. I don't think he was average. I think maybe you're giving him, or maybe your expectations of him are higher than mine. I don't know. I think he did what he was supposed to do today. I think he played well within the parameters that I expect from Ross Barkley. Maybe you set a higher standard for him. I don't know. I think his passing was good. His interchange with the players was good. His decision making was generally quite good, and that's one area he normally fails at. And I say generally, there was a couple of moments I wasn't too pleased with it, but generally he was good. And I think the intensity, and I think one thing that I was really pleased to see is the trust that Tuchel is bringing into these players, given to these players, because Barkley would never in a million years would have expected to start a Premier League game for Chelsea this season. He has done. He's performed well. And, that is only going to make him a better player, and that's only going to strengthen the squad, because squad players now, they know they all have an opportunity and they all have a chance, and this is brilliant. That's something we need to look at. I think the fact that Ruben Loftus-Cheek is now one of the regulars on the team. Ross Barkley is becoming a regular member of the squad. These are all positives that are only going to make our squad bigger and better and stronger moving forward. Boogeyman, welcome to the stream. How are you, my man?
The king is here.
The king is here. Yeah. Wait. Before you start, I have to put you in your rightful position. All right, now you can start.
No, man, they deserve it. Yeah. You should move Julius a little lower. Man.
Ooh, he just called you the king. Okay, I'll put Julius like that.
Julius, how are you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Mo, how are you doing?
I'm good. Welcome.
I was listening to Tobago, right? He's on the panel, yeah.
Tobago is just below you.
Not good. So how are you doing in South Africa, man?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, thanks. Today's game was. I agree with most of stuff you guys have said already. Anyways, there's not too many things to say. It was just one of those games that we deserved to win, but we did not. My frustration, in fact, I think my frustration is the fact that we managed to score 1 goal, and I was 100% sure. Anyways, I was in a sport bar watching with family members and stuff today, and with a lot of Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, Tottenham fans, and all those things. My frustration is the fact that as soon as we scored that goal, I was 100% sure that we win this game, because I know they're not going to score. That's why. That's who Chelsea are at this point. That's who, we reached that level when we score a goal and we will never score on us. And in the game, like from the defense all the way to the attack, I just feel like Hudson-Odoi was playing good. As much as Barkley is not opening the game as I would love to, at least I can feel his presence in the game. So my frustration with Tuchel's subs is simple. It's not a game where we need bodies. It's not a game where something is going wrong. Why would you bring Loftus-Cheek in to replace Barkley or bring so the first sub was Loftus-Cheek for Barkley, right? Or Loftus-Cheek for Hudson-Odoi or something. Why would you turn the system? Like my point, Loftus-Cheek has played deep line for so many games, and that's where he's trying to establish himself as a midfielder. You bring it in as an offensive, pure offensive role, then he's not doing too much. He keeps losing the ball. His control we're not there. Of course, he run, but as soon as he has the ball, he's trying to use his body. When you play offensive, you don't use your body as a midfielder. You don't need it. You just use your technicality. You need to dribble people and run with the ball. Not trying to push people with your body. All those in the midfield, defensive, yeah, but in the front, that's exactly what Ruben was doing. And the other thing, it just disrupt the entire balance of the team at that point. Rudiger trying to cover in the midfield. Thiago Silva was completely out of position. Christensen was completely wide, and Reece James was on his flank trying to cross the ball. That's what happened. Like, just keep the shape. At least when you want to sub, bring Mason Mount for Barkley. I don't mind if you want to, but bring Mason Mount like post for post. Don't bring a defensive midfield to play as a offensive midfielder.
You know what, Boogie? I agree with you. I agree with you for the most part. I just don't.
At that point,
I agree with you about the subs.
Yeah, someone was following me. As soon as Ruben came in, I was a little surprised. But then 2-3 touches of Ruben, I said directly, Ruben is not in the mind of playing offensive midfield. You can see the difference. It's not working. And what is the point of bringing Pulisic on the pitch? To give him game time so he can go play for US? Like, I don't understand it. Why Pulisic is on it coming anyways? I don't understand it. So today, people trying to blame. We're trying to be negative, positive. But me, I think Tuchel, this draw that we have, drawing I'd rather lose than drawing, because 2 draw and one. I'd rather lose 1 game and win 1 than 2 draw, because 1 win is 3 points and 2 draw give you 2 points. So that draw of today, I wasn't happy with it at all.
Can I just speak on subs real quick? Because I agree with you.
What's second couch?
Yeah, sure.
Second couch. In regards to wins and draws, it's not like accounts. It's not like mathematically this will be better than this, because on the game, you're more likely to be winning when you are drawing than when you are losing, because you're gonna have to score a couple of goals extra. So we'll address that point. I know what you're saying. We should be trying to kill off the games, and maybe that's what we didn't do, and we should have done today. And that is something I agree with you 100%. I'll come back to you, but first I want to give Gabriel and Bobby a chance to come in. Big up to Gabriel, big up to Bobby. How you guys doing today?
Hey, big up, guys. Good. Just got back from fireworks with my kids, and hopefully my device will last.
Yeah, I've got fireworks in the background, so if you guys can hear them, I apologize, but it is what it is. Gabriel, how are you, man?
Yeah, hi guys. Likewise, I'm just walking through the streets now, so you might hear fireworks going off.
Fireworks.
Unfortunately, there aren't any fireworks going off at Stamford Bridge, but obviously a disappointing result. But overall, a good performance, and we're still, like we said earlier, we're still in a good position. It would have been great to try and use these relatively winnable games to get a bit of, an edge in terms of points. But let's see. Similarly, the other clubs have to play, tough teams like Burnley. So let's just remain hopeful, and bearing in mind we don't have our marquee signing, and striker, Lukaku. We didn't have Werner. So, yeah, I think
Gabriel,
that's my summary.
I'm going to have to cut you off because there's a lot of background noise where you are. I guess it's windy outside.
Yeah, no problem. The wind.
So
Apologies. Okay.
I'll wait for you to get inside and then we'll continue the conversation. Big up to you, mate.
Cool.
Cheers, Gabriel. Bobby, how are you?
Yeah.
And tell me your take on the game. Did you get a chance to see it? I don't know what your situation was.
Yeah, I saw the highlights as soon as I got in. I went for a display with my kids just to give them some time. Look, one thing I have decided now is to go to war for Thomas Tuchel. You know, I'm not having personally any attacks on that man. He is the right man. He is an excellent coach. And, anyone thinking that he should be always pulling, rabbits out of a hat is just deluded. We have just navigated a series of games that any other manager, any other team in the Premier League wouldn't be sitting on top of the league. When we had Frank Lampard, we would have probably lost the majority of those games. We have been without our so-called two strikers. We have been without midfielders. We have been actually three strikers, if you include Pulisic at one time. We have been without key wing-backs. And out of all those games since Lukaku got injured, we've only drawn one, which really we should have won from all intents and purposes. We still sit on top. Man City last weekend lost at home to Crystal Palace. Liverpool are going to lose. Their time is coming. What's the problem? Okay, it could have been a better performance. But I keep saying this, we have a relatively young squad that is in progression. And this is going to be happening with these guys. Callum's, Havertz, who even scored today. Pulisic whenever he comes on. Ruben is not young, but he's been more or less out of action for 2 years. Barkley, he's been more or less out of action for about a year. Come on, guys. Liverpool wouldn't survive this. Man City, with all the players they have, they wouldn't survive this. Yet we are sitting top of the league. I don't really have much else to add. I really don't.
I think we all like those sentiments, though.
Yeah, I totally.
I love you, Bobby.
That's Tobago. I don't know if you can see him, Bobby. He just.
Yeah, Tobago. I love all you guys, even if I'm having a go. We all do this, but we're brothers, no matter what.
Definitely. No, I totally concur with you in regards to what you said about Tuchel. He is a human being, and there will be mistakes made. There will be errors that take place. He may have.
I disagree with both of you.
I'll let you disagree in a minute. So he's gonna have he's gonna have issues. He's gonna have problems. He's gonna have a falling out with his missus which is gonna impact his performance and his coaching. It all is expected. End of the day, he's a human being. He is performing well right now. Yes, this is not the result we wanted, but like I said, this game could have finished 2-0 to Chelsea, 3-0 to Chelsea. Maybe it should have done with the same performance that we put in today. Okay, this performance, the only factor, in my opinion, that was disappointing was the finishing. I think we had something like 78% ball possession or something along those lines. We dominated both possession and the game. The goal they scored, they were bamboozled. They were, they scored the goal and they were like looking at the linesman for a good 10 minutes. Was it offside? They thought it was offside. When they scored the goal, they didn't believe they were going to actually score a goal that was going to stand against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Okay, so that is the kind of performance we put in today. The opposition didn't even contemplate trying to win. When they had a chance to score, they turned around and ran back. They were literally one-on-one with Mendy, and they're like, "No, we're not going to score this, so we need to go to the corner flag," and that's what they did. Like, this needs to be taken into account when we are looking at the performance we put in and the opposition that we're facing. And Burnley, like Bobby rightly said, they're not an easy side. Okay, but people are going to be negative. They can be negative. I'm going to give you all a chance, but I have to give everyone a chance to give me an opening statement. So I want to welcome Kasim to the stream, and I want to get his thoughts on the game. Kasim, big up to you. Your thoughts on the game, mate.
Hi Mo, hi everyone. Thanks for having me, Mo. I appreciate that, mate.
Pleasure, pleasure, mate.
Oh mate, it's bad day in the office, isn't it? It really is. 2-point drop there. It really is. Okay. 2-point drop there, home to struggling Burnley. Look, I called it in the morning. I was speaking to Jim, and people were saying left, right, and centre about, but we're gonna smash him 4 and 5. I said, look, calm down. I think there's not going to be walk on the park. It's gonna be a very tough game. I thought I called it. I thought it was going to be a very tough game. But 1-0 up and
Kasim, I want to ask you. You said bad day at the office. Is it because of the performance or the result? You're saying bad day at the office.
Result.
Yeah.
Result.
I agree. I totally agree.
Well, I mean, as you said, and you and Bobby, and rightly so. We had loads of chances to win the game, and it's just bad. The problem is, Mo, I've been calling it for a while. I said October, November time. To me, League and Champions League is all about the result. 1-0 is like 10-0 to me. It doesn't really matter because we got, and I called it as well. We got the like of Liverpool, City. They are in form, and look. 2 years ago, Mo, they finished 100 points. They're not an easy teams, So every chance we've got to grab it, and we didn't today. This 2-point definitely dropped, and I'm disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna bob my finger to anyone. I'm just saying I'm disappointed because of the result. We're playing home. We should have got the 3 points, but we'll move. At the end of the day, but yeah, I hope it doesn't affect our mission to go win the title. It really is. 2 points is massive against Burnley home. That's what I want to say, mate.
Thank you. 1 second, Julius. 1 second. Thank you, Kasim. Appreciate your input. I want to say a big thank you to is it Fidal Lamy or is it Fidal Lamy? I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. If you can tell me how to pronounce it in the chat, I would love that. Thank you for becoming a paid member of the Blue Lounge. Appreciate your support and your kind donation to the Blue Lounge. Big up to you, and I hope to see you more in the chat. I'll bring in Julius. Actually, no, I'll bring in Couch Critic. How was it? Couch Critic, Boogeyman, and then Julius. That was the order that was requested. So, Couch Critic, give me your feedback on what you've heard so far. Okay, Couch is not there. We'll go to Boogeyman.
Listen, it's for me, Chelsea team that we, the squad that we have at this one. You pick any of our squad, maybe Malansa. They're all high quality. They're all expensive players. So I understand the fact that you have to be tactical sound to be able to, even if you have quality player, you have to be tactical sound to at least to put them together so you can have some result. But I do not believe that if Tuchel have had a bad player, he will have done something better with them. They're all good players, and it's just a good fit. Tuchel is good player. Because the lineup we put out today, the lineup we put in yesterday, or they get against Malmo, all those, if you pick them one by one, they're all superstars. They know Hudson-Odoi he's a superstar. Barkley used to be one of the top players in England youth, and you go all the way back. So this whole logic saying, okay, we went through a lot of injury. Pulisic, he was injured. The Pulisic, okay, he's a superstar, but someone is playing. Hakim Ziyech is always a superstar also. So Whoever Tuchel put on that field is not someone that doesn't know how to play football, and Tuchel turn him to something big. He just managed to put them at the right place and get the best out of them. So that's the point. So today's game for me, as much as I love Tuchel, I'm not going to scream here, Tuchel has to go or something. But I think today's game, that game should be 1-1-0. I'm not saying I understand we missed a lot of chances. I understand. But that goal, we should win at 1-0. How Chelsea, our defensive performance are something that is our identity. Or since Tuchel came here, any guy sitting at the panel, imagine, just put yourself back, how our defensive line was looking when Burnley was scoring their goal today. You don't even know who is who. Thiago Silva was where, you don't know. Rudiger, nowhere to be seen. Rudiger was in the midfield somewhere. That's what I'm telling you. The unbalanced, the way the team become unbalanced is just few seconds after that sub that Tuchel did. He need to make sure when he's doing so.
I saw that. Boogeyman, you're correct. You're correct.
Tuchel, that's my problem. When Tuchel is doing substitution,
when Barkley went off and Loftus-Cheek came on, the game became unbalanced. I think the substitution was late. I think
whether it is late or not, I just don't understand Loftus-Cheek
you're right.
coming in. Loftus-Cheek, the last 2-7 or whatever performance Loftus-Cheek has put up, and we all screaming, "This is our best ever midfielder." We're now going to see the real Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek has never played as a 10. He was at the line, deep line, and coming in. That's how we saw it doing it properly. Now, when you sub Loftus-Cheek for Barkley, then you just allow Burnley to regroup. We not like open them anymore. Loftus-Cheek is always in the middle. So that's why I don't understand. That's why I keep saying the sub. Not only the sub come late, but that substitution is the thing that create the disarray in our team, and then they score goal on us.
Yep.
Can I just say something?
No.
Second.
Hold on.
Okay. Sorry.
Hold on. Listen, guys, we have more than 100 people in the chat. I'd like to ask you to please consider subscribing to the channel if you're new and give the stream a like. Fidal, give me a second. I'll come to you. I want to say big up to Julius. I know you had a comment you wanted to come in with, Julius. Let me hear it.
Actually, I just had a question for Mo Qasim.
Okay, if you have a question for Mo Qasim, for me or for Qasim?
Or Qasim, sorry.
For me, or Qasim. All right. If you have a question for Qasim,
yeah, mate. Go ahead.
I'll let you ask a question after I hear from Fidal, because I want to give him a chance to give me his input as well. Fidal, big up to you. Welcome to the stream. Give us a little bit about your background, and am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yeah. What's up, guys? I've been following the stream for like a month now. Well, my name is Ahmed. You can call me, but you pronounce it very well, Fidal.
Fidal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome. Let me hear your thoughts. On the game, mate.
Actually, about this game, I agree with Boogeyman. This game we were playing very well, not until when Tuchel took out Barkley. He doesn't have to do that change. We were playing good before that change. Before he made that change. Taking out Barkley for Loftus doesn't work out in this game, and we would have won this game probably like 1-0 or 2-0. But immediately when he took out Barkley for Loftus-Cheek, the game, that was when Burnley came into the game, and they took control of the game. But we could have won this game for like 2-0 or 1-0. So that was a bad move from Tuchel.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks for the input, Fidal. Like I said, today is an open stream, so you're welcome to stay on and take part in the discussion. I'll go back to Julius. You had a question for Qasim. Julius, go ahead, mate.
Yes, I wanted to understand. I'm trying to remember because it was in the heat of the moment. He said something, and I wanted to ask him about it. 1 second.
He was talking about the poor result and that we shouldn't be we shouldn't be expecting or accepting it, but he was expecting it. He was expecting this performance from Burnley and from Chelsea.
Yeah. So my question here would be like, why do you think we lost? Or I mean, it felt like a loss, but why do you think we drew today? Why do you think we did not win today? I want to hear like your actual opinion on why we actually did not win today.
What went wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, good question, mate. Look, I can answer that question. When Boogeyman said about the Ross Parker and stuff, last 10 minutes or last 15 minutes, I knew, and I'm not going to lie, Burnley going to score. Because Chelsea just backed, and they would try to protect that goal. They couldn't put two bosses together. I knew they're going to score. I knew it. I knew it was a tough game. I knew it. Look, Tuchel, mate, he made a mistake today. I didn't want to come out and I say Tuchel made a mistake. So I said I'm not going to point my finger to anyone. Regards his substitution, I think even the starter line as well. I think I was very, very disappointed. But if you look at it, Julius, that's not first time he made a mistake. He made a mistake against Liverpool as well. By not starting Werner, who won that game. That is not first time, actually, Tuchel made a mistake. And I came out in the show before and I said, I will criticize him. But guys, because we won the Champions League, we're winning too many games, we just brush it under the carpet. He does make mistakes.
What was the mistake that he made specifically?
Today.
What was the mistake that he made?
But today, I agree with Boogeyman, it was a substitution. But today, Julius, I can't point to, because today actually is all about our finishing. We didn't finish properly. You know, it's not much mistake. He made that mistake with taking Ross Barkley off. I don't think he played well today, Ross Barkley. But I thought when he took it off, the game had changed, and the momentum comes with Burnley, and they scored the equalizer. But today I can't point my finger to anyone really, because if we take the chances, we win the game. But again, there's a type of games to win the league. We should be going or playing home team like that and we'll win. That's why I'm very disappointed. It's not about beating City or Liverpool or Man United. Beating the kind of team to win the league. That's why I'm disappointed.
Actually, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so I can't put my finger to anyone specifically, mate.
Yeah, Qasim, look, I love you, man. Wallah, I do. Don't take this personal. But you have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I have to call it out. Because I find it absolutely ridiculous to criticize Tuchel at this time after us sitting top of the table, conceding the first goal after over 500 plus minutes, having so many injuries throughout the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And even if we drop points today, we will still be top of the table. I also find it ridiculous to overplay the fact that we won the Champions League and that, we can use it as an excuse to kind of pamper the issues. I just feel you're being so harsh. And the reason why I asked you, why do you think we lost or we drew today, is because I didn't feel you had an actual constructive argument that you could give.
No, we couldn't take the chances, bro. I made it clear. We didn't take the chances.
Yeah, but that's not Tuchel's fault. And I don't agree that Barkley played bad.
Tuchel made the wrong sub, bro. Tuchel made the wrong sub. And I just addressed to you. Look, I take it. You think I haven't got a clue? That's your opinion, bro. Okay?
No, I'm not saying you don't know. I'm saying
you said it. Look, that's your opinion. It doesn't really matter. But what I am trying to say to you, this 2 point, you said, we're sitting on top of the league, and you dwell about it. You will know about it, and you will know eventually. I have a clue when it comes to Christmas and January time. And he said, do you remember that Burnley game when we dropped to 2 points? That's why it's going to happen, bro.
Qasim,
I'll remind you.
Julius, I want to just clarify. Qasim, he didn't say you don't have a clue. He says you haven't made an articulable.
What did he say? What did he say?
You haven't articulated a reason to what he did wrong. Okay, so you and that's what he's trying to emphasize on. Tell us, hold on, Boogeyman, hold on. give us because I'm asking you. Forget Julius. I'm asking you. What is it? What is the mistake that he did? Because the substitution was a mistake in regards to taking off Barkley and bringing on Loftus-Cheek. It could be classified as a mistake. I think in hindsight, the game changed because he made that substitution. Now, did he change because of that substitution? You can argue to say yes. You can argue to say no. You can argue and say, I mean, you said yourself, you thought Barkley didn't have a good game. So if Barkley didn't have a good game, then taking him off the pitch would not have been a bad thing to do. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Give us articulate to us something that we can define as the mistake.
Yeah, I got you now. I got you. Listen, it was mainly today the substitution because we started very well. We did. But regarding the substitution, that is not first time he does that mistake. That's what I'm saying. Against Liverpool game, the game was crying for Werner. Against Man City game, we're playing with a man down. We kept to Lukaku most of the game. That is mistake of the manager, bro. For you to say to me, I love you, brother, you don't have a clue, mate. Look, with all respect, bro. You remember me when you said that about this 2 point around Christmas, January time. That's why I'm so disappointed, mate. Chelsea draw today.
Can I make a point on
bar
this?
of it, just 1 second, Bobby. Bar of it today is his substitution. That's why we draw the game. Bar of it, we didn't win against Liverpool because he didn't start Werner. Bar of it, it's just that substitution issue, mate.
Go on, Bobby.
Bar of it against City, he started 3-5-2. Come on.
I'm going to speak up for Tuchel on this one, big time. You know, that substitution, that's not why we drew the game. We drew the game because we didn't put our chances away. You see, we start to point fingers at perhaps one of the best, if not the best manager in the world. He's not a magician. Okay, the outcome of the substitution he made, maybe it wasn't the best. But that's not why we drew the game. We drew it because we didn't take our chances. You know, I don't hear Man City fans attacking
they do. Bobby, they do.
Guardiola for losing them the Champions League.
They do.
We're too picky. It's almost childish. You know, it's good to have talking points, but this is unreasonable.
Can I just say something,
Bobby?
A Champions League final. Just a second, Boogeyman. Yeah, come on, Boogeyman. Come on.
Bobby, you said Tuchel's substitution is not the reason why we drew the game. It's because we didn't take our chances. That's why we drew the game. So the player that didn't take their chances, they're not magician also. They miss it. So what's the problem? They miss it. They're not magician also.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So why attack the coach?
We're attacking the coach because we have the game under control. Did you watch the game?
We are top of the league. I don't
It doesn't matter.
That's nonsense, really.
And you will see these 2 points you've dropped. Man City and Liverpool are not. They're not Martians. They're going to drop points too.
Yeah, just let me come, Boogeyman.
We have had injuries that they have not had.
Sorry.
And we're top of the league.
Bobby, give us a second. Listen. I want to ask a question. Kasim, you made a statement, which I for the life of me, I'm trying to get my head around and I can't understand. You said, let's wait until Christmas time, or the beginning of the year, January, and see where we are in the league. Because you're making an assumption that Tuchel is going to flop so bad that we are going to go, we're going to be losing points, losing matches.
No. That's why I've come out fighting. Because
let me come. Just let me come. Let me come out. Right. First of all, okay, is he a Tuchel or any manager in the world open to criticize? I want to know from every one of you. Everyone's
open to criticism.
So I don't know why people defend him that if you criticize if he make a mistake. Point number one. Point number two. Right.
Show us the mistake. That's what we're asking you.
I'm just saying. Let me just come in and probably understand me better. Pep Guardiola Champions League final. They lost that final because Pep Guardiola. He played with 3 attackers and he said playing was holding midfielder. That's why Chelsea opened up easy. It was his mistake, bro. Okay? Yeah? So it was his mistake, and he's got to come out there and criticise. It cost them a Champions League. Okay?
Today, Who told you if they played with a holding midfielder, they would have won? We beat them with a holding midfielder twice before that game.
But Bobby, with all respect to me, he played was Gundogan, was Bernardo Silva, and Kevin De Bruyne. It was not the Brazilian guy, and it was not Rodri. Holding. That's why we opened them up easy. People criticise them for that, mate.
Hold on. We can sit here and talk about the Champions League final for
no,
I'm
talking about the manager mistake. He's a world-class manager, and he made a mistake.
Yes, he made a mistake. We can argue the mistake. We can say that was right or it was wrong for him to take that decision. Tell me what the mistake was that Tuchel made in today's game, and let's debate it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. His substitution today was wrong. Point number one, and that's not first time. Let's face it. That's my point I'm trying to make.
Who should first time. What should he have done? What should he have done, in your opinion?
He should be. He got Ruben to me, and I addressed it in your show. Look, I'm clear, guys. Please understand me, okay? Because people call me, I don't know what I'm talking about, right? So I gotta make it clear. Ruben to me, right? He's more like 8, not 6. He won 1-0. He should be closing the game. It should be defensive midfielder, or don't make the sub. He's more attack. Look, Ruben, we got the ball. He was just thrown forward.
Ruben is a 6. Did you say Ruben was a 6?
He's 8 to me. To me, it's 8. It's not 6.
He's an 8. Right.
Yeah.
So he should.
He's more attacking, man. 6. More 6. To close the game down.
In your opinion, he should have taken off Barkley and brought on a defensive-minded player. Is that what you're saying?
Say that again. Yeah. No, Barkley was okay. Barkley is okay. He didn't play brilliant. He was okay. But if to close down the game more, you got to get defensive midfielder. Ruben was more attacking. He got the ball. He was just driving with it. We don't need to do that. We're winning. Last 10 minutes was nervous, bro.
So you see, this is looking at it from an objective point of view. I would say bringing on Ruben Loftus-Cheek is the right decision because Ruben Loftus-Cheek can play multiple roles. He can defend if need be. He can attack if need be. So when you are bringing on a player towards the end of the game, you are going to have a player that can do multiple tasks. And that is why I think bringing on Ruben Loftus-Cheek was the right decision. Especially when you take into account, in my opinion, that Ross Barkley was being played behind the 2 attackers, which were Callum and Havertz. So bringing him on would be to support the holding midfielders as well as the attacking midfielders. So you can make a case for that being the right decision. Now, was it the right decision? You can also say it wasn't. You can say that Ruben Loftus-Cheek on wasn't a clear enough direction for.
He's not defensively more. He's not defensive.
Hold on. I'm
listening, mate. I'm listening.
What I'm trying to show you is you can make 2 arguments for the same decision, okay? But you're not making either one. You just said it was the bad decision, but you're not telling me why.
I'm telling you now.
Fadil he asked a question. He said to you why. I need to know why. Explain to me why it was a bad decision.
I'll tell you what. No. First of all, he should have started. I'm telling you, that is the lining up and substitution he made wrong. I don't care he's a world class or not. He's a human when he's gonna make a mistake, bro. He should have started Azpilicueta. Point number 1. It's a big game. 3 points. He should have started Azpi. He didn't. Right? If he started Azpi, he should have got last 10 minutes, last 15 minutes. Chalaba in the middle as a holding midfielder to see the game out.
How was the goal scored? How was the goal scored? How was our goal scored? Who assisted?
Reece James.
What was one of the biggest factors that we were missing in the last game?
You tell me, man. I don't know.
Reece James and Ben Chilwell did not play in the last game. Marcos Alonso and Azpilicueta played. And we were saying how the wing-backs were not contributing in the last game. In this game, Reece James and Chilwell played, and we saw a big difference in the intensity
in attack.
What game?
They played last game more. They played last game in the league, mate. Like Newcastle. They played.
No, I'm talking about our last game against Malmo.
Yeah.
Our last game against Malmo.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is those players contributed better to the game than our last two wing backs, which is Azpilicueta and Marcos Alonso. We need to develop and we need to improve. And if we're gonna make an argument, we need to suggest and stipulate why it's a bad decision. You're telling me Reece James should not have been on the pitch. Would have been better off.
I didn't say that. I said Azpilicueta should. No. Azpilicueta should come in for the Christensen. Azpilicueta should have come for Christensen, and Chalobah should have come for Ross Barkley as a number 6 to close the game down, bro. He played Ruben. Azpilicueta should have started the game.
Azpilicueta should have started the game instead of Reece James or instead of who?
Christensen.
Instead of Christensen. In the back?
Yes.
Okay.
Big, but to me, Mo, that was a big game. I told you it was going to be tough. Big game, big players. Aspi's a big players. I was surprised he didn't start him today. Honestly, I swear to God, I was surprised he didn't start him today. And Chalobah is in the bench, and he comes as a number 6. Why? To close the game down. Because Mo, we only scored 1, and we missed 100 chances. So we're not going to score 2 and 3 because we already missed. See the game out. He didn't see the game out because he got more attacking. Ruben to me is more attacking, bro. There's no 6. It doesn't stay. That's why I want to say.
I would like to respond to a couple of things to what Qasim said first. Qasim, I like you as a person. I apologize if this came out a little bit out of context. If you took it if you found it offensively, I didn't mean it to attack you on a personal level. I thought that this is just out of your emotions and frustration. You're just trying to find reasons without any constructive argument behind it. But anyways,
apology accepted, bro. Apology accepted.
Yeah. So don't take this personal. That's what I said in the beginning. I don't want you to take this personal. I'm talking about the context of the game. I'm not questioning your knowledge of the sport. The second point I want to make here is that in defense of Thomas Tuchel, I find it very dangerous if we're going to start having fans from the Chelsea community starting criticizing Tuchel after everything he's done, even downplaying the fact that he won the Champions League. He beat Tuchel 3 times in a row. 2 times where he forced Pep Guardiola to make a mistake in the final out of his brilliance, not because Pep Guardiola played bad and he made a mistake alone. There is context to it. The second point I want to make here, this game today, it was pure unluck. There was no luck. We couldn't score goals. It wasn't Tuchel's fault. The subs, you could say it was a mistake. In my opinion, it wasn't. If you want to dive into the nuances and tactical nuances of the game, Ruben Loftus-Cheek could have scored the goal. Ross Barkley could have scored the goal before he got subbed out. Who knows? There was a lot of variances in the game. So, in my opinion, it was pure unlucky day. As you said, bad day at the office. We conceded the goal. Burnley didn't even believe they scored the goal. And it is what it is. I think there is a lot more positives. We actually created a lot of chances today. And that is something, even the games we won before, we were complaining about, we won, but we didn't create a lot of chances where we look like we're not having a lot of movements around the box of the opposition team. Today, we actually had a lot more movements and we created a lot of chances and we had the post and we were just unlucky. That's why I think we shouldn't over-analyze it and we shouldn't be too negative. It's one of those days we're going to drop points and it's Burnley.
Julius, if you don't score goals, Julius, you go. Look, if you won 1-0, 2-1, you got to see the game out.
Yeah.
If you're having a bad day in the office, bro, that's what I'm trying to say. Look, you're not going to play British all the time. You're not going to play the Brazilian and the Spanish football. You're not. Some games is going to get tough. You have to win it the hard way. If you don't score in goals, you got to see the game out. That's my point I want to say. And he should have get more defensively minded holding midfielder. He didn't. Ruben, and another about you, Ruben, the right sub. Sorry, with all respect, I love you more. I disagree with you. Ruben should be starting.
I didn't say he was the right sub. I didn't say he was the right sub. I said you can make a case for him being the right sub or not the right sub. I was showing you how you can use that decision I wasn't saying he was the right sub. And to be honest, I think the substitutions that he'd made were correct, but I think they were made at the wrong time. I think they should have been made earlier. Listen, before I bring in Boogeyman, because I know he wants to come in, guys, we are on 89 likes, and we've had a good number of people in the stream throughout. We've got 100 people in the stream. Do us a favor and let's push to 100 likes. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Chelsea content live and pre-recorded on this channel. And Gabriel, I'm not gonna welcome you back because you're part of the family. So jump in whenever you want to, man. Boogeyman, take it away.
I understand for Julius and can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
So I understand Julius and Bobby's position. If you compare the top coaches in Europe at this point, we can say Tuchel is one of the top two, no doubt at this point. So criticizing the coach on Chelsea fan channel may not be a good thing. But again, when we notice, for example, that the substitutions hasn't bring the best out of the team, and based on that, it created spaces for the opposition team to run into and across the ball and score goals. Out of comment, we can just say, okay, that substitution was the problem. It doesn't mean someone can say, okay, Ruben should have come to that pitch, and instead of Ruben becoming a 10, he should just go back to his deep line and move Kante a little bit in front. It will be Ruben Jorginho as a double pivot, and Kante move a little up. So it will also, I'm not sure what the instruction is that Tuchel gave to Ruben, but it doesn't take the fact that we're all happy here to have Tuchel as our coach. But again, whether or not we stay top of the league, like whether Liverpool win tomorrow or not, it doesn't take the fact that today game that we lost, we should not just accept it because Tuchel brought us all the way to the top of the league, and we, by our own way substitution, we gave 2 points away. We should be frustrated about it, and we should actually voice our frustration in the wrong or the good way. I mean, it's a debate, right? Because the way things are going at this point is just like, okay, why do Chelsea even play today game? Because whatever happened today, we will still be top of the league tomorrow after Liverpool game. So normally we should not just play today. So then that's why Bobby is saying whatever happened tomorrow, we're still top of the league. Why are we complaining? Then what's the point of even Chelsea playing the game today? Because at the end of the day, as long as we have 4 points, Chelsea should not show up at the game. We just lose it, and then we know we should be top of the league. So
is that what we're saying, though, Boogeyman? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, that's what Bobby said. Bobby said whatever happened today, we're still top of the league. Why are we complaining about one mistake or something?
The implication that you're making is not what he's trying to say.
Okay, then sorry. Then I want to just please explain me again. Sorry.
What I said is that, look, attacking. I mean, goodness me. I mean, picking this guy apart after a draw that was probably caused by our players not finishing their chances. What are you going to do if he loses a game? I just think sometimes we're not objective. Sometimes we're just saying things, well, just as Julius said, probably out of more emotion than anything else. This guy has navigated a team with all manner of injuries, and indeed from the beginning of the season, poor form. And he has done it to the point that the team is sat at the top of the table. Sometimes you have to take a little bit of perspective into everything. You're not going to win them all. And all of you here talking, oh, Man City, Liverpool, blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. They're not going to win it all. They are under as much threat, if not more, than we are. I'd rather be in our position than theirs. So all this, Tuchel, he didn't make the right substitutions and all that. It's irrelevant. You cannot always have everything that you call in a football match work perfectly. He had a 1-0 victory against Malmo midweek. Are we going to say that's a perfect performance? He was still getting criticised then. Sometimes we need to analyse a game for what it is and just have a day of respite without attacking someone. I'm not going to... I will defend this man. I will really come out smoking because I just think sometimes maybe we are too privileged. Attacking the guy, he's done this, he's done that, he's done that. I heard the other day somebody turn around and had the gall to say the Champions League trophy, it's just another cup competition. What? Because we've only won it twice? Do you know how many players go through an entire career wanting to win that and never do? The most coveted trophy, probably in world football. And we're sat here calling it only a cup competition? No, I'm going to push back against this. I don't agree in criticizing Tuchel for this game in any way, shape, or form. The players missed their chances, and that's why we drew. Back in this time last year,
Can I just interject? Sorry, sir.
Hey, listen, it's a face reveal. It's a face reveal. Gabriel, welcome. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, mate.
Yeah, likewise. Listen, I think I'm taking both sides of the argument. I agree. Let's not get too caught up in the result, but also we have to be cautious that Tuchel, like any manager, is going to make mistakes. I'm not saying today he made mistakes specifically, but sometimes we've got to maybe be balanced and reflect and be critical when it deserves. So, and I know Qasim sometimes, he's quite passionate, etc. But I think maybe objective, constructive criticism. Maybe that's the approach, isn't it? So we're not going to go down the, Tuchel is the god of coaching management, because I'm sure, surprisingly, the field I work in, without going into too much detail, he's probably at home now, re-watching the video endlessly, thinking, criticizing himself. Could I have done this? Could I have done that? So he would probably welcome some form of critique about subs he made. Could he have started this player over that player? So the long and short of what I'm trying to say is, let's not be, let's not make Tuchel or any manager fallible. So, or infallible, I forget the
infallible.
Yeah, infallible. Yeah. So
he is prone to mistakes. Infallible.
Yeah. So I'm a great fan of Tuchel, and I really want to give him as many years, as many opportunities as possible. And when you think about it, he's only been the manager for 8-9 months. He's made one signing or two signings. It's not really his team, but he's making the most of what he's got. And obviously we've had some injuries, etc. And ironically, I think Julius said it and Bobby said it. We're bloody top of the league. So even if he's screwed up here and there, we're still bloody in a good position. Over to you.
Yeah, Gabriel, the problem is, you're saying we are top of the league. So therefore, Boogeyman is saying it doesn't matter if we played today or we didn't play today, because if we're going to be content with being top of the league, then we shouldn't be worried about playing or not playing. I disagree with that kind of mindset, Boogeyman. You see, what you said in regards to us being satisfied with the result, with us being satisfied with where we are, is probably reducing or lowering our standards, and we should not be going down that path. That's what you're trying to say, and that I understand. But the flip side to that is nobody is happy that we dropped points, because we did drop points. Nobody is happy that we did that, but we are happy with where we are today, being top of the league. We are content with where we are today. We all would have liked to have seen 3 points in the bag and a win. But the fact that we didn't win, and looking at where we are in respect to the other results and the other point tallies, we are content because we still believe we are in the fight and we are able to win the fight. We are able to get this title. The
And all
result
the
today
injuries,
hasn't affected, and all the injuries, the list of injuries. I mean, Mason Mount literally just came back today. We had Pulisic, he's still not 100%. Lukaku, who you guys I know rate highly, is still not fit. Timo Werner, again, not fit. There's a lot of issues. There's a lot of issues. So let's look at the glass being half full rather than half empty, please.
Then the problem I see in this is we have injury. Just tell me the lineup we have today. Who should not be playing that game, or who is playing that game because of injury? Barkley, he has today's one of the best.
Today's lineup.
Yeah.
No, today. Okay, we in today's lineup, we could have had Lukaku up front, couldn't we?
Okay, we could have Lukaku, but Lukaku
we could have had Pulisic, who hasn't suffered all these injuries, on the wing with Timo Werner.
Yeah, but I don't think like a police.
Kai Havertz in a different position. Boogeyman. Yeah, the injuries that we've had has impacted.
No,
I know. I agree with you. No, I agree with you. We had a strong team. The point you're making is we had a strong team. I agree. We had a strong team, but that team that we had is as is a result of the injuries that we've had. The injuries that we've had has.
We have still good enough, strong enough, talented enough to beat Burnley today.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes, and we should have done.
We don't even need Lukaku today.
City could have had a good team to beat Crystal Palace as well. They lost 2-0 at home, but yet everyone is saying, "Oh my God,
City is care about City." I don't even like. I'm not here discussing if I can criticize Tuchel or not. I know I can criticize Tuchel. I'm not gonna ask for your permission. I know that already. That's why I came here. I can criticize Tuchel. I might do it. You may not like it, but that's your problem. What I'm saying today is the game we played today. We should have won that game if Tuchel did not do those subs, because we were pushing Burnley. Minutes, second after second. The only chance that game changed is when Tuchel made the sub. The sub were not needed at that time. Even Hudson-Odoi was playing good. Like
I agree with Boogeyman 100% on this. That's my point.
The sub were not needed at that point. So whether I say Tuchel fault, someone may say, yeah, but those subs, I think it was MDT told me one time that even those subs coming to the field should fit in the system and make sure that we win the game. Why is those substitution created? If someone argued that with me, I'll be like, yeah, maybe Loftus should come to that game and manage to give the same momentum to the team and not drop the momentum. That's something happened when that sub was done. So I'm thinking, who make the sub? Is Tuchel. That's it. The sub were not needed. So I just don't see saying that is criticizing in a wrong way Tuchel. No, he did it. We lost the game. We tied the game. That's his fault.
The reason we push back on, or I'm pushing back on you today, yes, you have the right to criticize Tuchel. Well done. Your freedom of speech. I have the right to criticize you for criticizing Tuchel. I think you are wrong. I think you've missed the mark. I think today, it didn't quite go our way, but I think it's picky. And I have the right to say that too. I think
you're right to say it, but then I'm trying to say you don't understand the game. That's why you can say, because Tuchel is the one that changed our momentum by doing that substitution. I will keep saying that. That's a fact. Whether you want it or not, that's a fact. I'm watching the game, and as soon as Tuchel made that substitution, the game momentum changed. So what do you want me to say? That's a fact.
Okay.
Whether you say
so you're blaming the game on
hold on.
moment, and you forgot all the chances that were missed.
Did you guys hold on. Did you guys
Mo, we've got to push back on this guy sometimes.
No, listen, hold on. Did you guys hear? Did you hear?
I'm the controversial one. No, not today.
No, you're not the controversial, man. Baby, Bobby, you're wise man. I'm now going
to have to do this. Did you guys hear what Gabriel said before he left? Did you hear what Gabriel said before he left?
Who's Gabriel?
Gabriel, the guy that was just talking. He said this. What do you think Tuchel is doing right now? What do you think Tuchel is doing right this minute?
Does it matter to me right now?
It does matter because if anybody is gonna be impacted by a bad decision by Thomas Tuchel, do you know who that person is?
Thomas Tuchel.
Thomas Tuchel himself. Thomas Tuchel himself will be analysing and will be going back and checking and looking and re-evaluating and assessing and looking at all those stats. If the decisions that he made today were wrong, believe you me, he would know exactly what mistakes he made. All right. So for us to criticise Thomas Tuchel is fine. Like you said, you have the right. I have the right. Everyone has the right to criticise or not to criticise.
And push back. No problem.
It's fine. Totally fine. The thing is this. Nobody here today, not me, not Bobby, not Julius, not anybody here today, is saying that we are content and happy with the 1-1 draw with Burnley. We all would have liked to have seen Chelsea win that game. But if we look at the bigger picture of where we are today, all right, it is not the end of the world. Had this have been the last game of the season, had we have needed a win to get the Premier League title, and had we have had that result, I will be the first person to be ranting about the substitutions that Tuchel made today. Okay, but the bigger picture of where we are, the situation we're in, life goes on, and we are still in the fight, and that is the point I'm trying to make. Now, Tuchel is, what's the word here? Tuchel is pleased with the performance and he is unhappy with the result. And that's the first question I asked Kasim when he came here. He said he's not happy. And I said to him, is it the performance or the result? And he said to me, the result. Kasim, was the performance to the standard that you
No,
wanted?
we started well, Mo. It's just the result.
We started well. And that's the thing. How many times have we sat here, all of us, after a win, and talked about the bad performance?
Yeah, I agree. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. Yeah.
I do it. If we performed badly, we would say it. Today, the only thing that we were lacking is the finishing, because boy, did we miss a lot of chances. I'm happy that Havertz scored, but I'm also upset at all of the chances that we missed. I'm happy at the way we played and the chances that we created, and the link-up play and the domination, because we dominated both possession and the game. Mm-hmm. Because normally we dominate possession, but we don't dominate the game. Today we did all of that, and that is why you could laugh at the reaction. Literally, you could watch it again and laugh at the reaction of Burnley when they scored the goal, and you will crease up at their reaction, or at the reaction of my reaction, at the fact that they were one-on-one with Mendy and they decided to go to the corner and wait.
Criminal. That was criminal. That's why, psychologically, they cannot believe that they.
If I was a fan of Burnley, I would be mad right now, because I could have beaten Chelsea, but we decided to go to the corner flag.
This is why I've come out smoking in defense of Tuchel, because circumstances created this result. It's not Thomas Tuchel.
Do you guys believe?
I think it's even more so the chances that were missed.
So the player went home today. They sit in front of their TV. They're rewatching their chance missing. Why would we sit here and blame them? They're doing the same thing as Tuchel. So we should all just be like, yeah, listen, the game just went. We don't blame anybody. The player at home are blaming themselves also. Tuchel is at home, he'll still blame himself also. Then let's just go have some ice cream and relax about it. Listen, Tuchel is the one that destroyed the momentum. Tuchel, this result is on Tuchel.
We are top of the league because of Tuchel as well.
Because of Tuchel.
Give him that. Yeah, we are top of the league because of Tuchel. Yeah, we won the Champions League because of Tuchel. We won all those things. But the Burnley game, today game, we lost 2 points because of Tuchel, because of his substitution. Simple as that.
Okay, we lost 2 points because of Tuchel. But on the flip side, what position are we at right now?
It doesn't matter more. It doesn't matter.
No, that's because of Tuchel as well.
That
doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. But it matters.
It doesn't matter, bro.
No,
look.
Let's give the man his pros. We are on top of the league.
I'm not criticizing the guy.
You said it doesn't matter that we're top of the league. Doesn't matter we're top of the league. Would you rather be with Norwich and Newcastle?
No, I am looking at it more differently. I'm not criticizing Tuchel, bro. I am telling you, Man City and Liverpool are going to come for us hard, bro. We're not going to win the league if we're playing like that.
Bring it on.
No, it's not.
Let's bring it.
Listen. Did you watch Man City against Man United today?
No, I didn't.
Did you see the? Right.
I will be watching the highlights later, but I haven't seen it. No.
Okay. Right. Watch Man City the way they play, mate. They will come. Trust me. That's why I'm saying it's very crucial to get this point, because when you come to November or the Christmas time, that is a tough time. You can't afford to drop. I'm telling you now, mate. These 2 points, we will regret it.
But Qasim,
we're not going to be top anymore, so.
Qasim, let me tell you something. I cannot say this to Boogeyman because Boogeyman, me and Boogeyman were on the same page a couple months ago. But let me tell you this, Qasim. You were one of the people who said we had a 10 out of 10 transfer window. So now if you say, man, look at
I had what? Sorry?
You said we had a 10 out of 10 transfer window and we're going to win the league.
Yeah,
and when you now come and say that City is going to come for us, you're contradicting yourself hard right now. And my opinion, we are overachieving. What Tuchel has done in the past 9 months is unbelievable, and that's why I am very defensive when it comes to Tuchel. 9 months ago, I could not believe we would be where we are right now. That's why we are becoming so picky and spoiled without having an actual constructive.
Well, I'm picky, but listen, I'm picky because we're dropping 2 points home to Burnley, third from bottom. Really? Are you for real?
Yeah. Because that's not the context.
Third from the bottom. No, let me finish, bro.
I'll let you respond. Just, I want to add something to what Julius said. So respond to me and to Julius. Today, Chelsea are not looking at top 4 anymore. Me as a fan, I don't want to finish top 4. I want to finish top. Anything apart from winning this title will be a disappointment to me. Finishing top 4 is not really an achievement as far as I'm concerned today. In the past, that's what we were looking for, to get into the top 4. Since Tuchel has come along, we expect to be challenging for the title. We might not win. We might get second. We might not even get second. We might get third. But you know what? I expect to be fighting for that title. And that expectation is because of Tuchel. You're saying to me, we dropped points because of Tuchel? Well, I'm telling you, I expect to win the title because of Tuchel. So respond. No, let him respond. Let Qasim respond.
So what is the point, Mo? So we're in a position to go to collect a point to win the league.
What's your expectation? Qasim, what's your expectation?
To win the league. I said it.
There you go.
To win the league.
Thank you.
To win the league.
Thank you.
No, listen. No, hang on a minute. Not just because Tuchel. Because we got that. I tell you why. Because if you go out there and sign striker for 100 million, and we already got the squad, right? And we win the Champions League, right? You expect us to challenge for the league?
Why did we win the Champions League?
I don't know what you mean.
The success that we've had so far has been because of Tuchel.
Because
therefore, your
it's not individual. It's collective, bro. It's collective, bro.
You're expecting. We had Lampard. Were we expecting to even finish in the top 4? Were we expecting to be challenging for the Champions League? We weren't. Let's give Tuchel the respect that he deserves.
I am, mate. I am. You make me. I'm not. I am. I'm giving him, but he makes a mistake, bro, as well.
Yes.
That's my point. So he made a mistake. So I'm highlighting the mistake. I appreciate he won the Champions League for us, Well, guess what? Di Matteo won the Champions League for us, won the double, and he got sacked.
Kasim, if
No,
you
hang
say
on a
to me
minute.
he made a
No,
mistake,
no,
I'll be
no,
happy
no,
with
no.
that. I'll be content.
No,
But you're
that's
saying
my
to me,
point.
we're going to
No.
suffer. We're going to suffer in Christmas and
Go-
January because of Tuchel. You're telling me Tuchel is not going to do a good job. And
No,
you're
no,
basing
no.
that
I
against
never
the
said
game?
that. I never
Because
said that.
Klopp
I
doesn't
never
make
said
a
that.
mistake,
That's-
and Guardiola
No,
doesn't
no.
make a
I never
mistake.
said that.
Bobby.
Klopp
And
made
they're
a mistake.
not,
I just
and they're not
highlighted
trying to
Guardiola
come for
for you.
Chelsea
You're
now.
going this the wrong way, Bobby.
No, Bobby,
No,
you're
I'm
taking
not.
it
I'm
personal,
not
bro.
going it the wrong way. I'm
No,
just
no.
regurgitating what you're both inferring. You're
No, Bobby,
inferring that these
you're driving this.
perfect
No,
managers are going to
okay.
come for Chelsea because they drew a game against Burnley today.
Then you're not
That's what I'm
understanding.
hearing.
You do not understand it. You do not. You're not paying attention. So,
I'm
Mo
paying
Kasim is
perfect
telling us.
attention.
You're not paying attention, Bobby.
I am paying perfect
You're not.
attention.
No, you're not. Sorry, man. You're not.
I am.
No. Okay, good. Let's just pretend you are. Mo.
Pretend?
Yeah.
I'm paying attention.
No, you're
You
not.
say that these perfect managers are going to come after Tuchel because Tuchel all of a sudden is going to go to sleep and allow all the work he's done for Chelsea to slip away.
No, we're not saying
because
this,
he's a fool.
Bobby. We're saying if look, today, Bobby, my point is, I'm not disputing Tuchel world-class manager and won the Champions League, yes. But he made a mistake, and I highlighted it before. Liverpool game. I highlighted that over and over again about Werner. But today, Bobby, playing home, third from bottom, Burnley, and we're going for the title. And you know earlier on City beat Man United. And Liverpool playing tomorrow. We cannot fall. That's why we'll not win leagues, because we'll lose against a small team, mate.
Look,
he knows that better. That's my point I'm trying to make.
I've never known
Bobby.
a team in any country win any league with a 100% record. It's never happened.
I think you're missing my point.
We would have liked to win today. That was the objective. But the players did not put away their chances. That's why we didn't win today.
I agree.
No
I
more,
agree,
no
mate.
less.
I agree. I'm not blaming. Listen, I'm not blaming all on Tuchel. All right. I said I came out and I said I'm disappointed with the result. I know exactly what I said, and I said we didn't take our chances. But I'm not talking about Tuchel just because today. Previously, he made a lot wrong stops, in my opinion. My little humble opinion. It could be right because we could be wrong. But in little humble, today, Burnley home, we should be winning. We should be winning, mate.
I'm not going.
That's my point. I'm trying to hide. I'm not having a go at Tuchel. I'm not having a go at Lukaku. I don't know why people getting defensive about it and start disrespecting each other. I don't like that, guys. Just respect each other,
defensive. Guys. I am about Tuchel. Very, very defensive.
I'm not. I didn't.
Bobby, you're wrong. You're really wrong, actually.
Oh man.
No, I'm not wrong.
Tuchel. Yeah. Can I say something? Let me say something. Okay, but Mo Kasim said he's expecting us to win the league because of Tuchel. Yeah. Mo Kasim said, or Julius that said, we were now, the team is now overachieving. So because of Tuchel, yeah, we find the perfect match or the perfect fit to the group of talented players we have, which is Tuchel. So because now we are in a new mentality that we are achieving result as a Chelsea fan. So if we made a mistake and we don't win a game that we should be winning, we should just stay in that way of thinking. Oh, we were overachieving anyway, so we should not be critical. So it's like me.
No.
It's like
now
me.
You're taking it all out of context.
No, I'm not taking exactly because every critics that I put up on Tuchel, what I'm
that for once, I am confronting you.
When I say something about Tuchel, it is wrong. But
actually,
yeah,
Julius
that's what it is.
right.
I'm saying today's game. I'm not taking anything away from Tuchel achievement at Chelsea. He helped us overachieve. He helped everything. But today's game, we have the momentum at 70-something minutes, 74, 75 minutes. We're still pushing. Reece James driving the ball all the way, passing the ball. We're still pushing. It's clear to me at that point we're going to score the second goal until Tuchel decided to put a substitution in, and the momentum changed. Where do I put the blame? I'm saying there is a blame, and then I put it on the Tuchel. I laid it on the Tuchel feet. That's simple as that. So for someone to tell me, no, you cannot blame Tuchel for that, then that person is not reasoning.
You can. No one is saying to you can't blame Tuchel for that. I am asking, and the question that I was asking is, what did he do wrong? Now, let me tell you why, in my opinion, we didn't win the game today. Because that is what we were supposed to be talking about. We're not supposed to be talking about, is he a good manager or a bad manager? Because I think we all agree. Tuchel is a great manager. Not a good manager,
100%.
A great manager.
100%.
Okay, but today on that football pitch, there was errors. Now, one of the errors that we all agree was on that pitch today was we did not finish our chances. In my opinion, that goes down to the players rather than the manager, because the manager put the right team on that pitch to create those chances and to win that game.
But
and that was 1-0. And that was done because of many factors that we addressed in the stream today. Talking about injuries, talking about form, talking about fitness. This is the team that was playing, and Tuchel played his strongest available team today. Now, the fact that we didn't win that game, the lack of conversion, and for me that is on the players. In my opinion, the substitutions that he made, in my opinion, were good. The mistake that he made was his timing. He waited too long to make those substitutions. Now, did that have was the ripple effect from that? The game changed in a way that we were not able to revive and to win. Possible, and we could discuss that.
Okay, good. That's what we're saying.
And if you convince me, I'm fine with that. I have no issue with that.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm talking about the momentum. If you watch the game, you can see it.
Perfect.
You can see it.
I will watch the game again. I will watch the last 15-20 minutes of the game again. Okay.
I'm watching the game right now, actually.
And if I come to that conclusion, fine, no issue.
Look,
Boogeyman.
Contribution. It was not good at all.
Boogeyman, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with criticizing that. On the contrary, we need to.
I understand people I don't understand why people are offended when you
criticize, no issue. But then my concern, and I'll be honest, my concern today was not anything that you said. My concern today was what Qasim said in respect to not seeing us have the longevity and the performance come December, come January. Man City, Liverpool, they're going to rip us apart. That I don't agree with. I don't agree with. I do believe Chelsea are still in the fight. We are a very strong team. Where we are in the league right now, the players that we have, the players that are going to return from injury, I think we have just as good a chance, if not better, than Liverpool and Man City to win the league. End of the season, if we don't win the league and one of those two do win the league, it was where it is. It was where it was. And, I'll be disappointed.
I don't dispute that, man. I don't dispute that.
But what I'm saying is, you can't, based on this performance, tell me that we are not going to win the league based on this performance. I will not accept.
Listen, more. Like, just let me come in. I didn't feel. Yeah, so go on, man. Yeah, of course, yeah. Sorry.
So I never come here and say something like because of Tuchel, we're not going to win the league. No, I know Tuchel has, like I said before, he's one of the two top managers. So why would I? Who am I to say we're not going to win the league? What I'm saying is today, we should be able to take those 3 points. And for me, as much as anybody say anything, I'm never going to go in the future or go in the past. I'm talking about this game. That's the only reason why I log onto your stream. I'm talking about this game. This game that I saw today, this game we should win it. The 3 point. Okay, if we didn't score, like let's say it was something like 0-0-0-0 at the end, I don't mind it. Me, I have faith in my defensive line, and who made that defensive line strong? Tuchel. I'm not going anything that you're going to use Tuchel. Yeah, I accept it. What I'm trying to say to you is that substitution is the one that take the momentum away from us. And Tuchel that make that substitution. So then I lay that mistake in front of Tuchel. He is the one that make them do the substitution.
Fine.
That's his problem. Other than that, I don't care about all the other stuff. But if someone is telling me today, oh no, Tuchel, the team Tuchel has used, no, this is Chelsea team. Or the 11 players that were on the field today, they were talented. Just go around them. They're all good players. So there's no way for us to say, oh, we had injury. Why is even Pulisic is on a pitch today? So he can be ready to play for USA? I don't understand those substitutions. Why? He's injured. He's not gonna do too much. I know he's scored 2 goals against Burnley, but
Boogeyman, we've heard you. You've spoken for some time, and I am today going to hold my ground and counter what you're saying, because what you're saying is off the mark. You're
not resonating at all.
No, just listen, because we've all listened to you.
Yeah, I've been listening to you also, Bobby.
Chances on the pitch today. Was it Tuchel that missed those chances?
Was it the player that substituted themselves?
More than enough
so Barkley took himself off
win
the pitch,
this
then.
game.
No,
the players missed the opportunity, not Tuchel. Will we crucify them? Well, no, because they've been there before.
Against Newcastle, we make mistakes also. Against Newcastle, we make mistakes.
I will say to you, Boogeyman, it is not on Tuchel, and you are totally wrong. And I'm not
on Tuchel. That's substitution. So if you understand football, it is on Tuchel.
Just listening to whatever it is you say, today it's going to be different. I'm going to defend this man today. And you're not going to get away with it.
Defend him. I know that's his fault. You can defend him. That's your prerogative. You can defend him. But that's Tuchel.
Boogeyman, can I ask you a question, though?
I'm listening.
Do you believe that Burnley was lucky to score their goal or not?
Yes.
No, they weren't lucky, bro.
The question was mine.
I answer it for you, Boogeyman. They weren't lucky. They weren't.
No, I want to say. I'll ask you this. I know. Okay, fair enough. You gave your answer. I want to hear Boogeyman.
Yeah. Any goal you score on a football pitch, you have to be lucky.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. If they didn't score that goal, would you have blamed Tuchel? No.
Oh, man.
The game would have been completely different.
Can I say something? The question you asked, if they didn't score that goal, we would be winning. I will be in a different. I will be thinking a different way because we won. So my point to you is, if you and I are sharing a chat, if you go into that chat, as soon as that substitution came in, what did I say? I just said, Loftus-Cheek contribution as an offensive midfielder is not good at all. It's creating a problem for us. Because I noticed the momentum has changed. Just go check it. And then a few seconds later, I said, God, 1-1. It's not the thing I want you to understand is, if we win, if we won this game, of course we all here be happy about it. Same as the game we won against Malmo, 1-0. We all said it was not a perfect game, but one of those games we will have it. And Alonso didn't play good. Did we blame Tuchel for starting Alonso? No, we just said Chilwell was rested. I was in a different mind because we won. So all my reasoning were positive because I'm like, Chilwell was rested. This guy. But today I'm saying because we tied that game, for me, it felt like we lost it. And that's what I'm start thinking.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But my point here, this is where I think you and Qasim are missing. You are making a valuable point when you're blaming a specific substitution that contributed in us not having enough creativity up front in the last couple of, I think, last quarter of the game. Sure. But you also are missing that there is also elements in the game that is out of your control. And the way Burnley scored today was out of Tuchel's control. The reason why the chances missed from the players is also out of Tuchel's control. So on a bigger picture, it's very harsh to blame Tuchel on today's game for the result. There is a lot of variables in the game. Football doesn't work in just 1 + 1 = 2. There is a lot of.
I understand what you're trying to say, but if we want to go that line, Frank Lampard will never be sacked because there's a whole bunch of stuff that's out of his control also.
No, because Frank Lampard was not with this same squad was not doing as good as Tuchel.
Why?
You have to take the full.
Because Frank Lampard. Why? Because Frank Lampard is it? because Frank Lampard had exactly the same squad as Tuchel.
I don't understand why.
Let me address the point.
It's good.
Boogeyman, just 1 second now. Boogeyman, just
second. He
second.
made a mistake, and then everybody's like, "No, we should not be criticized Tuchel."
We should not, because it's harsh. There is a lot of
It's
very
not harsh.
to the game.
When the guy's winning game, we say he won a game. What's the problem?
Why?
We're happy about it.
The reason
Boogeyman.
I'm coming for you today, Boogeyman, is
But you're
because
coming in the wrong
a
time.
lot
You're
of
coming
the
in the wrong
times
time, Bobby.
you are not
you're not
objective.
resonating at all. It's simple as that.
And this isn't the first time you've been attacking this man. But today, I'm going to.
I'm a Chelsea fan. I can attack anybody I want,
calling
Bobby.
you out now. You are blaming him falsely. It's not rational. To say that
It
this
is
was
rational,
a draw
actually. Bobby,
because of
you're the
him
one
is
you
not
come to this.
rational. And
You come to this.
Listen.
Have I come into World War?
Hold
Have I come
on.
into World War II or something?
Bobby,
What's
come
going
into-
on?
World War Three.
sorry.
World War Three
World
style.
War
World War
Three.
Three.
What's going on?
Listen. Firstly, I want you all to take a couple of minutes of rest and listen instead of talking. Boogeyman, get a drink. Kasim, Julius, Bobby, everybody, go grab a drink. Relax. I want to before I big up Max. I want to say, Fadil, if you wanna come in, because I know you've been dying to come in, so I'll give you like 60 seconds to make your point, and then I'm gonna go to Max Burton. Fadil, let me hear it. What you got to say?
Okay, I think I'm not understanding what's happening here. The fact that we are at the top of the league is thanks to Tuchel for that. But what I'm not getting right now is when when we win games, we say, "Oh, Tuchel is good," but that doesn't mean we shouldn't criticize him. For this game, I just believe we are having the momentum till the point he took out Barkley. That's what something was missing. Immediately he took out Barkley, something went missing. The momentum of the game changed. That doesn't mean we shouldn't. Yeah, we had a lot of chances to kill the game, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't criticize him. Immediately he took out Barkley, the game just went south. Yeah, he's a good coach. We are not criticizing that. We are not saying he's not. But when he made a mistake, we should say it as well.
I'm going to interrupt you because if one channel criticizes, even after we win, it's the Blue Lounge. We criticize every little thing. Okay, we have never ever been happy after a win. Okay, because if we score 4 goals, we want to score 6. If we score 6, we want to score 8. We're always pushing our team to get better and better and better.
Yeah, I understand. But I have some people saying we shouldn't criticize him.
No. No one is saying that. No one is saying that. You can't criticize. Even Bobby. Bobby will be the first person to criticize a bad performance by a manager, a player. We will criticize. The issue we're having is this. There is criticism and there is unfair criticism. There is constructive criticism. This criticism comes in many forms. And this is where we are debating. Okay?
Exactly.
So
I'm calling you out
that,
today, Boogeyman. You're
that's
not
the point.
getting away with it.
Bobby, did you go get some water? Did you go drink some water?
Chill out, Bobby.
You did?
Chill out, man.
Right, Kasim, I didn't see you drinking nothing.
Everyone
needs to chill out. Everyone needs to chill out. Everyone needs to chill out.
Today, I'm calling him out. Today.
Listen, I want to say big up to Burton Ballers, Max Burton, come in and help us get this thing organized. Welcome to the show, Max.
Hi guys, sorry, I was looking for something in the chat. I didn't realize it was an open stream today. That's why I had to come on earlier. I can't even stay that long today, but I am going for a little bit. But obviously, I've missed a lot of this chat. I just happened to stumble across it coming in, so from what I hear, it looks like Boogeyman, as usual, is calling out somebody. This time it's Lukaku. I mean, not Lukaku. This time it's the manager Tuchel. Who's calling out, if I'm not mistaken. And Kasim as well. Is he calling out Tuchel for this? Is he saying something? No,
much Tuchel. I'm calling up dropping the points.
Okay, we're gonna drop points.
And I explain why.
Listen.
I'm gonna explain it at home. Third from the bottom, mate.
It doesn't matter. Listen,
let's hear Max's point.
It doesn't matter who it is. This is the Premier League, okay? The Premier League is the most competitive league in the world.
That's why everyone loves it. That's why everyone watches it. It doesn't matter who the top. A top team can beat the bottom team. When Liverpool were there pulling up trees, when everyone thought they were going to go on an unbeaten run, who was it who stopped them from doing it?
Watford.
And it wasn't just a 1-0 win. It was a 3-0 win. They humiliated them that day. So that just goes to show. And then, that goes to show that on their day, anything can happen. And if you look at the game, I didn't watch all the game, but from what I saw the highlights and most of the second half. From what I saw in the game, it was just one of those games which you can always have in a season where the goalkeeper was on his top form. Okay, he made 3 or 4 brilliant saves for them. We should have really buried the game, and we should have been way out of reach before Burnley even had the opportunity to score a goal. And this is what I was saying to you guys before, like people like Boogeyman, who's always knocking Lukaku and people like that. Lukaku, this is the sort of game where he could have probably dragged us over the line because we had chances. We were creating chance after chance after chance, but we were not clinical enough. This was the same thing what happened last season, where we were not taking our chances when we're getting them. There was a couple of times where the ball was being hit too softly, too close to the goalkeeper. Sometimes we just lacked that cutting edge today. And as far as the Barkley was playing well, but the reason why he was taken out was because Tuchel started to get frustrated by him, by some of his decision making in the last third. There was a chance where he could have played in Ben Chilwell, but he decided to shoot. His shooting was going a bit awry, and I think he got frustrated by him. That's why he took him out of and he wasn't to know what was going to happen afterwards. He lost the cheek, came on towards the end, but he was feeling his way into the game. And we've got a lot of injuries, guys. We've got to remember that as well. We've got a lot of injuries, and it was only a matter of time before we were going to get a result like that. I said 1 or 2 games we can cope without both strikers missing, but there was going to be a game. I've been saying that for ages. There's going to be a game that is going to eventually catch up on us where we do not take our chances because the strikers are out. Okay, so we know. So this is the game which would happen. Unfortunately, it was a game just before the international break, because as we survived, we're going to get these 2 players back after the international break, and we moved. But we've got many reasons to be positive because these guys are going to be coming back. Pulisic is going to be a lot stronger when he comes back, and so Kovačić will be back. So guys, we're top of the league. Even if Liverpool win, we're still top of the league, guys. So I don't know what
this is why
the
I'm coming
about.
out. I'm calling out Boogeyman. He's not being objective. In fact, he's being quite obstinate about the manager. And Tuchel, today, I'm defending him against you, Boogeyman. With your right to say what you have to say, but my right to defend him. You're not being reasonable.
You can defend Tuchel in his mistake. He made a mistake today by doing that substitution. That's all it is. If he didn't do that mistake, we should have won that game 1-0. It's a fact.
Why though? Why?
Yeah, can I just
why do you won the game 1-0? Why would it? Is he a defender or is he an attacker?
Who is the hurt?
Why would we? They had 1 chance on goal, and they took it. Why would we have won the game? I don't explain. Explain to me why we would have won the game 1-0 if we hadn't made that substitution.
Before the substitution, all the attack on the entire game is coming from Chelsea going to Burnley defense. The Burnley defense. It was always we going. Reece James running with the ball. We have the momentum. It's 74 something minutes. Chelsea was still pushing for the second goal. That's all we keep doing until Tuchel take. The point you made by the fact that Barkley showed without instead of giving it to Chilwell, when Chilwell put both hands on the grass, he will show his frustration. Yeah, but still we're creating those chances. We keep creating them. We're not scoring them. That it was just Burnley was completely sitting at the back. It was us going after them, keep going after them until we did that substitution. That's when everything turned the other way. So for me, Tuchel did that substitution that turned the momentum or that destroyed our momentum. So I'm saying today we dropped that point because Tuchel made that substitution. As simple as that.
That's a nonsense. Sorry. That's an
Anyway,
answer.
Let me hear from Tobago. Tobago, go ahead.
Boogeyman, this is the question for you. If we were leading 3-0 and then we won the game, would you still blame Tuchel? Because Tuchel, they didn't miss those chances. The players, they missed those chances. So you can't blame the coach for the mistake that the players are doing. Please, man.
And
Before
Boogeyman,
wait, before you respond. Olu, big up to you. Welcome to the stream.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
We're
Hey.
doing great. We're doing great.
Yeah.
You're jumping into a fight, so make sure you're ready. Give me your feedback, Olu. Give me your feedback.
I did listen to you guys' comments, and I believe people have different opinion with Boogeyman, Kasim, and Bobby. From my own perspective, I think I don't see much with what Tuchel did. Because we played very well, but I believe it's one of those games where the keeper had a fantastic, saves. And, rather than focus on Tuchel, we should be questioning our players. They're not clinical enough,
Exactly.
And I'll say something,
Mhm.
I understand, people say, why did Tuchel change the momentum with the substitute? Okay, so what happened if, look at the scenario. Tuchel made a sub and we ended up winning 2-3-0. Are we going to criticize Tuchel for the subs as well? No. So for me, I think Tuchel made a sub because he wanted a reaction from the team to either go for the second goal or, he ended up coming in as a draw. I wouldn't say we criticize Tuchel, but rather we focus on our players being clinical. We had Hudson-Odoi, we had Loftus-Cheek with some couple of chances, but they didn't take it. But Barkley as well. So for me, was a good game. Tuchel wasn't, I wouldn't say it's Tuchel's fault. For me, Tuchel did his part with, we controlling the game for about 75 minutes. And he was trying to change the game with his tactics, or rather with his substitute. But,
And
unluckily
this time
for
it
us,
didn't
they
work.
scored a
Can I
goal. So I
ask you a
wouldn't want to
question?
blame Tuchel for
Can I
that.
ask you
I
a
think,
question?
sorry,
Can I ask you a question?
sure.
So the game we play against Malmo, right?
Yeah.
Tuchel say one of his assistants give him the chips to switch Hudson-Odoi and
Yeah.
Ziyech
Yes.
position, and both the fact that he switched them, so their crosses gain a few seconds was faster, so we scored that goal. So what did Tuchel say to us? All credit to my assistant, right? Because he did this, he did a tactical change or whatever you want to call it, and a result in a goal that win us a game. Credit to my assistant. Today we are
Commend them
winning
for
a
that.
game.
Commend them for that. Yeah.
Today we are winning a game. Tuchel make a tactical changes by substitute Ross Barkley and bringing Loftus-Cheek to it. The momentum change. Someone here tell me credit to who?
Okay.
Tuchel.
Okay, with regarding your question.
Wait a second. Olu. Listen. Tuchel did something in the last game that was successful, but he credited the success to a member of his team. Today, if what he did contributed to us not winning the game, he will take accountability and responsibility for that because he is the head of the team. He is the head of the team. That's why when a player performs, he will acknowledge the performance of a player. When the team fails, he will take responsibility for that because that's what manager does.
That's what you say. I understand.
Right, I've got to go, mate, and I speak to you soon. Thanks, guys.
All right, take care, brother. Take care.
You're analyzing the game
my question is
after
this.
Tuchel made the sub, but you need to factor the beginning of the game to the sub. We had better chances to kill the game. If you kill the game, we won't be talking about Tuchel's changes. So I just want you to understand,
but
you
but
have your point,
I understand.
your point, which is valid.
And
But I just
that's what we
feel,
say.
we need
Correction.
to also
It's only
appreciate
Boogeyman
Tuchel's
talking
good
about
job.
Tuchel's change.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Yeah, exactly. But
Nobody else.
Boogeyman, listen, right? Hindsight's a wonderful thing, okay? Eve wanted to tie up the game. Barkley was being a bit wasteful. That's why he thought if he brought somebody else on, maybe we can get that second goal. So we didn't know that the momentum was going to change. And even if Barkley was on there, the momentum could have changed anyway because the game plan. If you always say about people watching football and understanding football, I'm questioning whether you actually understand the game of football, because what happens in a game of football, and you know that what these teams do, and if you listen to
He
these
doesn't,
managers,
Max.
if you listen to the managers of these lower teams, that's what they do. Their game plan is stay in the game for 80 minutes, and then you can try and go and get a set play or go and try and get a goal to get to equalise. So obviously there was going to be every single game that's played. There is going to be a spell where the opposition get in the game. It doesn't matter who you play against. There is going to be a spell. Their spell happened to be in the last 10 minutes or so. Okay, and it wasn't a big spell anyway because they had that attack, and yeah, exactly. But we still were on the counter because we had after they scored that goal, we had about 8 corners. 8 corners we had after that goal. So we were still pushing. The momentum didn't change. It just happened that one chance that they had was. So you can't say that they started to be on the attack consistently because they weren't. You know, they just had that opportunity which they took. Okay. And because they had a few more, the reason why they had a few more opportunities was because after the 1-1, we started to push everyone forward, and that created a space for them to hit us on the counter.
Yeah, well, what I wanna add to Max as well is I wanna reiterate what I said earlier to Boogeyman. Let's say Boogeyman is right. The sub was wrong, sure, but in a game of football to come out and call out the manager that it was on him, because you said today's loss was on Thomas Tuchel. You and Qasim both said that earlier. To come and say that is unfair. You can criticize him, no problem. But it's unfair. Then, in this game, there was a lot of variables. We conceded a goal. We missed chances. There was, what's it called? I could add your argument. We had wrong subs, for example. But you cannot just point out one thing from the game and say, "Oh, Thomas Tuchel made a mistake. He killed the momentum," and disregard every single thing that happened.
Yeah, but
throughout the whole game.
So the momentum has changed when Tuchel take action. That's all I keep saying.
Yeah, but that
whether after that the team should still keep 1-0 or not.
Yeah,
I don't care about that. What I'm trying to tell you today is that game that I watched today, we were winning. When Tuchel make that sub, as soon as Loftus-Cheek come to be number 10 behind those 2 strikers, we do not control the game anymore. We keep losing those balls.
But I could also add because we didn't finish our chances, they punished us. It's the exact same argument. Absolutely.
Yeah, but it doesn't take away the fact that that substitution changed our momentum.
Sure. Boogeyman.
Okay, that's it. That's all I'm saying.
But you cannot say it's on Tuchel alone, though. That's not fair.
Yeah, so what happened? Yeah, but I don't even care about that. I'm just saying
look at
that substitution changed our momentum. And I'm going further. That's where my conclusion is. If Tuchel has not done that substitution because it was just us attacking Burnley till that substitution, I don't think Burnley will have a chance to come to score that goal. Someone might say, "Oh no, that doesn't make sense." I will accept that.
How do you know?
You're wrong. You're wrong.
I think it's important sometimes, really, guys.
If you had scored 2 more goals,
I think it's important sometimes, right? We're all emotional in football. We all are. And sometimes out of our emotions, we call it wrong. But it's good and it's a strength of a man to be able to come and hold their hand up and say, "Hey, okay, guys, I got this wrong." You're fighting your corner, Boogeyman, because of pride. Nothing else. You're wrong.
No, you don't know me. No, you don't know me at all. Bobby, you just say stuff for nothing. Like what you said made no sense. I'm telling you, the game that I watched today, the substitution changed the momentum. Where is wrong with that? I'm not staying in my corner. I'm not defending any nonsense.
No,
you're the one that gave me a say today. You're not going to accept anyone criticize Tuchel. Because you say that, that's why I'm standing to my position. Say Tuchel got it wrong. Because you can't say we cannot substitution.
That's what you said. And I said, no, I'm going to call you out today. And I'm going to defend this man.
You
wasn't
can
down to
whoever
him.
you want, Bobby. It doesn't change anything. I'm saying,
It's right.
Tuchel,
You're
you didn't
talking
even
about-
watch the game. That's how bad it is. You haven't even watched the game. You just come here and say we cannot criticize Tuchel. You just write it down. Nobody can criticize Tuchel. I'm saying Tuchel's substitution destroy our momentum.
Boogeyman.
Why do you have to say nothing?
I listen. I think
Boogeyman, Mo's talking, man. Mo's talking.
Hold on. Boogeyman, I agree. The substitution had a massive impact on the game.
Whether we win or not, I don't care. I'm just saying.
I totally agree, Boogeyman. I totally agree. I think there's a little bit of misunderstanding here, because Boogeyman's position and Kasim's position have been put into one position. And
exactly.
Kasim
I don't agree
made
with a lot of stuff Kasim said.
Yeah.
No, but I just didn't care about it.
Kasim, with all due respect, he made some statements that I disagree with in regards to Tuchel. Now, Boogeyman did not make those statements, but because both were criticizing Tuchel, everyone on this panel has taken both positions to be one, and that isn't fair. Boogeyman's position is, in my opinion, accurate, because I think Tuchel's substitution had a massive impact on the game, and I think it was a negative impact because of the timing. I think that the substitutions that he made were correct. I think he just made them 10 minutes too late. And again, that's my opinion. Just like Boogeyman has his opinion, whether I'm right or he's right. End of the day, we are criticizing or we are emphasizing on a decision. I don't think Boogeyman is against Tuchel or thinks Tuchel is a bad manager. He has never said that. Not today, not in the past. He's never said that. And I think people are putting that in his mouth because of what
Bobby
saying.
is doing that. That's why I'm saying Bobby is not thinking properly tonight.
So guys, we all criticize every single person, from Roman, the dinner lady. They don't really have dinner ladies anymore. They have people in selling the customer assistant people in the restaurants, in the cafes, in the whatever, in the hotels. Everyone part of Chelsea Football Club, you and I can criticize because we are fans of that club, and our criticism is only to better our club. So Boogeyman, listen, I know you've been taking the brunt of this, and I think it's a little bit unfair because I didn't hear you making any statements that were irrational.
Boogeyman was. Sorry, Mo.
Sorry, what Boogeyman was saying, we can debate, we can argue.
Yeah.
But I think the issue that I have, and again, I hope Kasim is in the chat and he's listening. I think what he said in respect to our team not being strong enough to compete because based on this result and based on what he has seen in the past, I think it's unfair. I do believe Tuchel has not had the best. He did say that. He said that. I believe Tuchel didn't have the best of start in regards to performances, but he's had a fantastic start in regards to results. This is one of the best starts of the season we've had in a very, very long time. I mean, I don't think we've had a better start to the season than this. This 1-1 draw against Burnley is not nice, but it is not by no means a disaster. So
Can I respond to the Kasim statement then? Because obviously I wasn't here for that, so I didn't know. But that is what you call a reactionary supporter, I'm afraid. I love Kasim, but he's quite reactionary because last week I was listening
It's passionate. It's very passionate.
Yeah, so that's why it's difficult. When you come on the stream after a game, you have to be, it's your emotions. Probably tomorrow you'll have a different thought process. But last week he was on here after he's saying that we were going to walk the league by some distance, and I heard that from his very mouth. Yeah. He said that Liverpool are not going to, for African nations, they're not strong enough squad. I think he said Manchester City haven't got a striker, and he said we're not going to. Yeah, he said that last week. We're going to walk it by some distance. So because we've had one bad result against Burnley, How's that changed to we're not good enough? I just don't understand that.
Max,
You know?
I called them out on a couple of things. He's been contradicting himself all season.
Yeah, Julius, I think, guys, you know, why I've come out particularly strong today about in defense of Thomas Tuchel is as we've come through this patch and got to the international break, this man has navigated probably from the beginning of the season. He's navigated this team through unbelievable injuries, through unbelievable loss of form to key players, and he's still top of the league. I appreciate that. I know that there could be more, but I appreciate that. And I'm very, very defensive. If this result, yes, it could have been perfect, but it wasn't quite as perfect as we wanted it to be, is all heaped on him after what he's done. That's why I'm upset today. I mean, think about it, guys. Liverpool, Man City, that, you know, some of us are putting on this sort of invincible type of pedestal. They couldn't survive what we went through. They couldn't. They would be probably languishing somewhere mid-table.
But Bobby, even last week,
incredibly well. And I am aggressive when it comes to defending him because I appreciate what he's done for my club.
That is wrong.
Bobby, even last week, you're talking about Liverpool, even with a full strength side, Man City at home lost 2-0 to Crystal Palace, okay?
Absolutely.
Liverpool had a couple of their midfielders out, but they were 2-0 up and they drew 2-2 with Brighton. So yeah, you should care about it because this is a Premier League. You know, no one's you're coming across as entitled, Boogeyman. We're entitled because we're Chelsea. We respect it. No, it's not like that. And any other day we'd have won this game 3 or 4-0. Okay, what happens? You know, listen, that's why sometimes you have some things called giant killing and cup shocks. If a goalkeeper is in the form of their life or whatever, and the finishing is bad, and then there's one chance that the opposition get and they score from it, you're going to get results like that. And this is what happened today. Okay.
So can we discuss how, like, let's say for example, let's say it was another. I don't know what kind of example can I? I'm not even here to talk about Pep. I'm not going to talk about Pep. I don't care about those. Let's say the example that Max. Yeah, those you can have one of those games where you dominate the game. And it's EPL. Any team can beat you. You can beat Liverpool. You can beat Manchester City. Team will beat you. That's for sure. Let's just say a mistake happened. They scored on us. Can we discuss about the mistake?
We discussed it, Boogeyman, but I'm telling you, you're disregarding the other variables in the game, which are.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. I don't care. Listen. You, Julius, we are a panelist. I'm not supposed to know everything. Whatever you judge important in that game, you bring it in. You discuss. You say, why is it our player keep missing their chances? I'll be like, yeah, I understand that. Yeah, they missed it. They missed probably 7, 8, 9 chances. Then I came. Did you notice that Tuchel's substitution changed the momentum? It should not. Nobody should be going after me saying, but because I say something like that, because it's a fact. Nobody can. Bobby, even if he's having bad day in his own personal life, he should not be like, no. You're talking about no. It has to be. We have to debate based on facts.
You've changed your pitch. You've changed your pitch.
I didn't change my pitch. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Mo Kasim said it. You put me and Kasim together, and you come out.
And I keep calling you out. Don't change your pitch.
You're not calling nobody out. You were completely out of logic. That's
hold on. Can I ask you a question?
Are you crazy?
Stop arguing. Listen, guys.
Let me hear from Max.
Guy's off his head talking about my personal life. Don't go there.
No.
Why would I? Because you come at me for no reason. So I don't know. I'm just trying to think about it.
Because you came at
me. Do you understand that? You cannot come at me with no reason and expect me to accept it. Bobby, you cannot come at me for no reason and expect me to accept it.
And that's why you should attack my personal life. You're off your head. I'm not having that from you. Who the hell do you think you are? Who the hell
you don't come at me with no reason and expect me to understand it.
No, mute them, please. Mute them.
Hello.
Mute them.
Is it
Right.
you I'm looking for?
Okay.
I'm just
Max,
listen.
Max,
I'm just
hold on,
let me interject. Let me interject.
One
Yeah?
second.
I want to de-escalate.
Let me hear from Max.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you put him on timeout. Okay, because I just wanted to. Did Boogeyman say that the reason that we drew that game was because of Tuchel? I just want to know because I wasn't here for the beginning of the conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, but what I wanted to say to him is that's not the reason. You know, as Callum Hudson-Odoi put that chance away, which he should have scored, but he hit too close to the goalkeeper. Had we taken our chances, we'd have been 2 or 3 up already. So we can't just put it on one individual. We can't do that. We have to look at the game in its entirety. Okay, and if you're looking at the game in its entirety, then you know on another day we should have won this game. Okay. Yeah, if the game was on Tuchel, is like if we were 2 or 3 up, no, say 2 up or something, then all of a sudden he went and made all these kind of weird, bizarre changes, which resulted in us drawing 2-2 or something. Then you could blame Tuchel for the draw. Okay, this game was on the team. You know, we win as a team, we lose as a team. Okay, so for me, it was the missed chances that cost us the game more than the managerial substitutions.
The managerial substitutions had an impact. A lot of things had an impact.
It would have an impact, yeah, but that's not the prime
Max,
reason. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Max. The thing is, we can debate it. We can discuss it. The issue that was apparent in this debate, and the reason why it got heated is because 2 panelists took a stance, and both their opinions were merged together, and that was unfair because Kasim had an opinion, Boogeyman had an opinion, and both were merged together. Bobby was defending from a standpoint of what Kasim was saying, and Kasim did make a very bold statement, and Bobby was quite right in his response, but Boogeyman, for whatever reason, was defending the anti-Tuchel sentiment that was being brought to this debate by Kasim. And that is where their opinions started to merge, and that's why we had a slight issue. I think once both Bobby and Boogeyman rewatch the stream and just chill out and relax, they'll be back to normal. I've got a sticker here from Verana, 1 second. I'm going to look at it from YouTube. Okay, Verana, big up to you and thank you for the super sticker. I am not sure what that is in value, but whatever it is, it's much appreciated. Thank you for that. People just do need to calm down a little bit. I'm going to ask...
Can I make a comment now?
No, hold on a second. I'm going to ask both Boogeyman and Bobby to let me know when they want to come back in the stream. I will allow them back in the stream. You guys are valued members of this panel. I just don't want your argument to be heated and to
it's personal. Not too personal.
Yeah, so let's just keep it football related. And as soon as you guys are ready to come back in, just send me a message and I'll be more than happy to have you back on the panel. Gabriel, let me hear what you have to say, mate.
Okay, look, I work in the psychology and psychotherapy field, right? Okay. And one thing we get our clients to focus in on is identifying what we call cognitive distortions. And they are common thinking errors, such as jumping to conclusions, personalizing, black and white thinking, and moreover, discounting the positives. And I think that's what's gone on this evening. A dear supervisor of mine, his analogy was, imagine, paint the picture. You've organized an event. You've got all your dearest friends and family coming round. You've got the finest meats. You've got the finest vegetables, salads, drinks. You've got your jerk chicken, your jollof rice, your kabsa. You've got your palm wine, your rum, your wines, your non-alcoholic drinks. You're all there in the garden and it starts pissing down with rain. you could consider that a disaster. Or you could think, look, I'm amongst friends, family, we've got nice food and drinks, and at least tomorrow I don't have to water the lawn. So the point being, going back to what we're saying, for goodness sake, we're all a family. This is a Chelsea family. I don't know what's gone on, with the disagreements, but, we've got to, let's just take a step back from things and not get caught up in, I'm right, he's wrong. Like there's a famous sort of Eastern expression, I believe I'm right, but I might be wrong. I believe you're wrong, but you might be right. So let's just try and chill out, because I found tonight quite fucking, sorry, excuse the language. No. Quite heavy, man.
Gabriel, avoid that word on my stream.
Yeah, sorry, excuse me, It just slipped out,
Right.
Like I'm almost overdosing on paracetamol, like with the headache. It was, for goodness sake, like how the hell did we get to this stage? So, but anyway, that was just my perception of what's going on. And tomorrow's another day, as you said earlier, and or Max might have said, wake up tomorrow and you might have another perception. So, no one's perfect, and we've got our opinions, but let's maybe keep it light and. Okay,
sure.
That's it.
Sure, yeah, and like I said,
Well
both Boogeyman and Bobby, just send me a message on Twitter or in the private chat, and I will be more than happy to let you guys back on. So I'm just waiting for your messages. Strip Bear with a donation, £10. Thank you very much appreciated. You know what, Strip Bear, I've been watching the chat. I haven't put any comments on the screen, but I have been listening and reading your comments. You've had some good discussions in the chat, so big up to you, and thank you as always for your donations. Much appreciated. I'm seeing a thumbs up. Boogeyman is coming back to the stream. Give me a second, lads. Couch Critic back to the stream. Boogeyman, you good?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, cool. Again, Bobby, we'd love to have you back on the stream. I know, like Gabriel was saying, where is Gabriel? Did he just leave? Like Gabriel was saying, debates can get heated, but we always need to look at the bigger picture, and we don't have to water the lawn. That's what I got from his story. No, seriously, Gabriel, I know exactly what you were referring to. Look at the bright side of things. There's always going to be positives, regardless. Listen, lads, this debate has been great. This debate has been great. I want to hear from Couch Critic before I conclude, because I will conclude the stream in about 5 minutes. So, Couch, you want to add anything to debate?
Add anything? You crazy? I'm not adding anything, man.
You came in. I figured you had something to say.
I was just like, yo. Anyways, I don't want to get back into that. I wanted to get back to the game. And
sure.
For me, it's just not that deep, man. Drawing at home to Burnley, we should be winning those games, but it's not that deep, man. It doesn't really need to get that far. Like we're talking about Chelsea, top of the league right now, playing very good football despite being down quite a lot of firepower right now. And this should be a good thing. The fact that we're not losing games with players that haven't played for the squad in quite some time. Like we had Ross Barkley start the game today and didn't, by all intents and purposes, did not look too poor. This is a good thing going into the December period, because now when we get healthy again and we get the full squad back, we know we can trust guys at the end of the bench to come in and give us some minutes. So for me, I don't look at like draws, when we're top of the table and say that this is the end all and be all. Oh my God, we're losing the title now based on the fact that we drew Burnley. Like, it's not the first time you guys have seen football being played, man. Like we've seen this before, Like even under the title winning seasons of Jose, the second time we had results like this. Even under Conte, we had results like this. It's not that deep, man. Like you can nobody's saying that you can't criticize the result and like find something that you can say that say something negative about it, but like just to harp on it and not being able to get past it and not being able to just say, you know what, this didn't go well, but you know what, we did get a goal from Kai Havertz today, and the application of the football was good today. Like that. That's basically what I'm after. I'm not trying to just hone in on one point and then just harp on it for forever and ever and ever. It just gets nauseating, and then that's why the temperatures get high too. So anyhow, up to Chelsea, man. I feel like we're in a good position right now. We just got to get the bodies back, and once we get a full squad again, we're going to be smashing teams, man. Trust me.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to the return after the international break. The international break always comes at the worst possible time. I think, however, this time it's come at a good time for us because we need to get these players to come back. I'm getting feedback from somebody. Guys, I'm getting feedback from someone. Make sure your mic's on mute. Yeah, that was Olu. I got feedback from your end. So after the international break, a lot of players are returning from injury. We are still top of the league. We are going into some crucial matches, crucial fixtures. Christmas period is always the busiest of the year, and again, I don't know why they don't address that. It's a holiday season, but football is football, and it's always been like that for us. I'm looking forward to Lukaku coming back, Timo Werner coming back, having a full squad to pick from. I think the result today wasn't what we wanted, but in hindsight, where we are today is a good position. I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes each.
Can I go first? Because I need to go.
I'll let Max go first. I'll give you guys 2 minutes each, and we'll start with Max and get the final feelings on today's game.
As Dennis the Crouch Cricket summed it up perfectly. Okay, we are top of the league, and that's what we got to remember. And I don't even think we've been playing well this season, and we're still top of the league. I think the one game I said that we played really well in is the 7-0 against Norwich. Even some of the earlier games, we've kind of got through those games. Liverpool are playing at the top of their game at the moment. Well, Salah is actually carrying Liverpool to the top. Man City have played some good, some not so good. But I think we're yet to reach our peak. And that's the frightening thing. We're top of the league and yet to reach our peak. When you think Lukaku's started off okay, but there's more to come from him. I could feel there's more to come from Werner. Pulisic has just come back from fitness. Okay, our defence have played well, but our attacking are still they're still yet to take off fully this season. So I think that once the cohesion is there, once everyone gets used to everyone else's play, then I just feel that we can go from strength to strength. Yeah. So there's a lot of positives, I think, to take, and we're going to get results like this. So I'm not reactionary. We draw against a team that we should be beating. It happens. Yeah. And there'll be other results like that in the season. These things happen. It's how we bounce back after these results, which matters. We've got a few difficult games. I think we've got West Ham and Manchester United, haven't we, after the break? Leicester as well, although Leicester haven't been doing well. So if we come through those ones unscathed, then and get through the Christmas period, and we're still top of the league after Christmas, then you know what? I think the league will be ours. So let's just chill, relax, enjoy the ride. Okay, that's what I've got to say.
Cheers, Max. Thank you very much. Have a great day. We'll speak to you soon. Have a good one, brother.
Okay, guys. Take care, mate.
Bye-bye. Tobago, let me hear your final thoughts, mate. Tobago, can you hear me? Hello. Tobago is not around. Fadil, let me hear your final thoughts.
Okay. I think the positive things we can take from this game is that we create more chances. We just have we'd have to be more clinical in front of goal. And I believe once we have our striker back, Lukaku, Werner, once we have them back, then we can play a better game. That's what I believe. So, but to sum it up, we have a good game. Just that we have to be more clinical in front of goal. That's it.
All right. Thank you, Fadl. Much appreciated. Thank you for taking part in the stream. It's been great to have you on. Hope to see you in future streams, brother.
All right. Bye, guys.
Big
Bye-bye.
up, man.
Bye-bye.
Big up.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Olu, give me your final thoughts on today's game, mate.
Oh yeah. So what you got in the game itself? I feel very disappointed. What you got in the end results, but I think we played pretty good. For 75 minutes, and then we lost concentration towards the end, which led to the goal. But I just want to say, I think we need to be more clinical. The more clinical we are, the better and the more chances we win games. And I was quite impressed with players like Barkley. Barkley did impress me on today's game. Reece James as well. Reece James, made a fantastic assist. Man was great today. And I believe we have better days ahead. With our big players coming back, Lukaku, Werner. I believe they'll be a big plus to the team. And if you look at the team as well, we haven't really gelled as a team. And I believe as games goes on, we'll get better. And kudos to the guys, and we could be better. And hope to see a better performance against Leicester City. After the international break, and we'll go from there. Up blows. And to Boogeyman, I just wanted to say, Boogeyman, I always respect your opinion, and I hope you don't take things too personal. We are all a family, and we just share our opinion, and just embrace everyone's opinion, and we'll go from there.
No worries.
Big
man.
up to you, Olu.
I'll try.
Big up.
I'll try
Awesome.
to follow your advice.
Take care, guys. Have a good one.
Big up to you. Thanks for coming on.
Bye.
Thanks for coming on. Take care, brother. Bye-bye. All right, Couch, do you want to summarize? I mean, you gave a good summary, but if you would have
Yes.
to
No,
say-
no. I have more, man. Yeah.
I
Man.
thought you did. I thought you
Give me
did.
the
Go
next
on, let me hear
stage,
it.
man. I
Let me
just
hear
went
it.
for
Let
a
me
walk
hear
with my son. I feel a lot more revitalized. I got some
I
air
can
in my
feel it.
lungs.
I can hear it in your voice. I
Yeah,
can hear
man.
it.
No,
You
it's
sound
different
good.
now.
You sound good.
It's a different energy now, and I'm gonna go back and watch the game again, just because there's some things that I need to be able to pick out from it. But from what I saw, I really did feel like we put in a good performance, and just you're just not always going to get the results to fall the way you want them to. Finishing is obviously a problem, and we spent almost 100 million pounds on a guy that we expect to solve those problems for us, right? And the fact that we went, what was it, 4 or 5 games without him, and banged them in like consistently. The fact that we faltered at the last hurdle doesn't really bother me that much. Like, for me, this league isn't about like one-off results. It's about consistently putting in performances, consistently playing at a high level. And that's what we're doing right now. Like, I'm as much as I agree with you guys, I don't think that we've actually played one really, really good game yet, maybe one or two, but we're consistently getting results based on the fact that we have a good squad, a great manager, and we go deep. So for me, is that true? Solskjaer sacked, or is he trolling?
Steve, are you serious?
I need to check that.
Hold on. 1 second.
I think this guy's trolling.
Nah, Steve is normally reliable, but I haven't seen anything.
Nah, that's a troll. Yeah, so now you make me break my son. What? For real?
No. I went to the news. I didn't see anything.
No, I'm not seeing it.
There is nothing official about it.
If it was real, it will be on top of the news. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I'm checking now.
Maybe
There's
it's
nothing
coming. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, let me just finish my thoughts then. Now that Stephen killed my thunder, that would have been a major news, Stephen. How you doing me like this, B?
I'll be set up on the stream 24. Just been talking about that. Carry on, Cash.
Yeah, no, I just think that like it's consistency that wins these leagues, right? And we're consistently putting in the performances of champions. Like, you're gonna drop points. You're never going to ignore that. Like, Liverpool will drop points, City will drop points, we're gonna drop points, and we've kind of been riding our luck a lot of the times too. Like, people will point to the Brentford game and say we probably should drop points there. So the table balances itself. The football gods know how to balance things out. In the end, we have a strong squad. We've proven that through this run because with all the injuries, we don't even have Kovačić, who I think, well, we don't have Kovačić. And if he would have, when you think about substitutions, had we had Kovačić, he would have been the right substitution to bring into that game just to settle down the midfield a bit more. But again, we just didn't have that available to us. So we brought on, RLC, and I don't think he performed too badly. I don't think that he was responsible for the goal or anything like that. It was just, as Boogie pointed out, I think that just the energy and the flow of the game was kind of shifted at that point, and it needed something else. But aside from that, I'm about this, man. I'm about like winning games when they count. Obviously, I'm about like playing with consistency and finding form, and we're doing that right now. So there's nothing to worry about. We're top of the table going into the international break again. This next 5 games are going to be crucial. When we get these guys back, the West Hams, Leicester, Man United, all these teams are going to be the ones that are going to I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, Brighton's in there as well. These are the teams that we need to be beaten. We need to be beaten in order to be like in title contention, and I'm hoping that happens. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? You just keep the moods, guys, we all love the team. Just keep the vibes cool, man. There's no reason to get personal about anything. Just, we all love the club, man. That's why we're all here. So if we keep that mentality and we keep that sort of like energy, nothing's ever going to, we're not going to be able to derail conversations just based on the fact that we get angry, right? We love this club.
True. Big up to you, Couch, and I'm happy and pleased to hear that you are back feeling better. So I hope you get well soon, and hope we'll speak again very soon. Take care, brother, and I'll talk to you again. Cheers, mate.
All right, fellas, peace.
Bye. All right, Julius, let me hear your final thoughts on today.
Yeah, I want to say that we are the current European champions. We're leading the Premier League. We haven't conceded before today for over 500 minutes. Today's goal is the first goal we concede this season in the Premier League from an open play. We had a very good start with so many injuries. There is a lot more positives than negatives. Let's not get too emotional and reactionary. We need to protect the manager. My message to Chelsea fans, and I keep saying it again on the Blue Lounge, let's protect Thomas Tuchel. I understand sometimes you need to point out certain elements of the game that you may not agree with, but you have to look at the bigger picture. We all care about Chelsea. We want the best for Chelsea. We know how our club is ruthless sometimes and how things can go sideways. You need to understand the impact that your opinion could have on the club being on a channel on YouTube. You may think, oh, it's not gonna matter what I say. It does matter a lot, and we need to be careful with things we say, and we shouldn't play into the media's hand on stirring controversial stories and add pressure to the club or on the manager. We have a world-class manager that we need to back, we need to protect, because we are where we are because of him. And not one person here would have thought we would have won the Champions League and we would be leading the Premier League. I was one of them. And to be honest with you, I'm going to say it, I admit it. I never believed that we could win the Premier League this season. I still have my reservation, as I said before, but the only reason I have some hope is because of this guy, it's Thomas Tuchel. So look at what I just mentioned earlier, look at how many positives there is, be optimistic, and let's see how it goes. But hopefully, look, Boogeyman, to be fair to him, he's been consistent with his opinion. I think there was a little bit of misunderstanding today, and they both love the club so much, and they got emotional. But Boogeyman has been consistent, and that's why I called out Qasim earlier, because Boogeyman, at least he never changed his opinion, whether you agree with him or not. He's always had the same path. But my message to Boogeyman here, let's protect Thomas Tuchel. let's look at the positives and let's believe in him, because what he's done is unreal so far, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much, Julius.
I heard you. I heard you.
Thank you very much, Julius. Always a pleasure having you on. I look forward to seeing you on my next stream. Big up to you and have a great evening.
Thank you so much. Much love to you all. Bye-bye.
Take care. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night. Cheers, Julius. Boogeyman, how are you?
Yeah.
Give me your final thoughts, mate.
Yeah, I'm good. And first, I will just say sorry for bringing those negative impulses into your channel. And listen, it wasn't what I was trying to do at the beginning. Is one thing led to the next one, and then because the idea you're trying to get out, it just seemed like nobody trying to pay attention, or a few people trying to pay attention, but other people keep repeating what you're not saying, and at the same time, just keep putting this blind over your idea. It's just something. How do you say it? I don't like. I'm not gonna say I don't like being criticized. I don't mind it, but I like people to listen to what I'm saying, and even if you have to argue against, just go for what I said. No, just pull me into a big group and just keeps coming at me. So I become defensive in that position, because as I said, the biggest things about your channel is we are responsible people. So we have our family, and like you said, there's a certain word you don't like on your channel, and I respect that. I love those things. So I'm not here to hurt anybody's feelings. I've seen stuff today that, like you said, like you probably think I regret what I said lies to Bobby, saying something like maybe you have personal problem in your family or something like that. Listen, if Bobby heard me, it's no. I said it. Yeah, I'm not going to shy away from it, but I didn't mean it to hurt you. If it hurt you, sorry about it. So, anyways, coming back to today's game, I came to today. I said, well, it's one of those games. It's not going to be perfect. It's a EPL. It's never going to be perfect. I'm frustrated because I believe that there is a chance for us to win this league, or there is a chance for us to go into December, where I know Liverpool will be losing Salah and Mane, with us having 5 points or 5 points or even more on the top of the table. So that is my expectation. And effectively, you said something before. We all have that expectation because of Tuchel. Yeah, I know that. So, but today game, if I was to analyze that game today, I'm just thinking, if to be honest with you, is we were dominating that game perfectly, and it was just after that substitution, something has changed. And I even say, I think Tuchel maybe should bring, at the beginning when I came to it, I said maybe Tuchel should bring Mason Mount to replace Barkley instead of bringing Loftus-Cheek, because Loftus-Cheek tendency is not to open the game. So that's what I was trying to say. Tuchel, that changed the momentum of the game. We missed a lot of chances today. Even Hudson-Odoi missed a clear chance. He dribbled and then didn't score it. So even Kai had one more chance he should have scored, but he didn't. All those things contribute to the fact that it ended up being 1-1. But my point is simple. That sub that Tuchel did has a bad consequences on our team, because just the momentum, we were dominating, and that substitution half the momentum a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Other than that, I'm not saying Tuchel is bad. Whatever Kasim said, we all know that he does his opinion. I respect them, but doesn't mean I agree with them. All I'm saying is Tuchel, that substitution create a problem. That's what maybe after that substitution, we end up scoring 3 or 4 goals. I feel like that's a really masterclass tactical move. Tactical move Tuchel made there. But this time, it has a different consequence on team. That's the message I'm trying to get out today. It's nothing else. And then I understand Julius saying we should protect him. Yeah, but if I say something like that, it doesn't. I'm not saying Tuchel did something. Or Tuchel is not smart, or he's not a good tactician. I'm just saying today tactics that he put has a different consequences. That's why I give that example of switching Hudson-Odoi and Ziyech. And a lead to goal scoring opportunity. We scored the goal. Then everybody think, oh, that was good. Credit to him. But if that thing did not work, then we're like, oh, why did we do it? That's how we are allowed to say stuff like that. So that is extreme. That's why that's the reason why I came here most of the time, so I can defend my position. So I hope that now that I made it clear, people understand. I'm not here trying to criticize Tuchel or have an agenda against Tuchel or against Chelsea. I trust this team and I invest my time in this team also, like all the other panelists also. So if I say something today that hurt someone's feelings, listen, I'm a man. I'm a man. So I'm sorry about it. Saying sorry to something doesn't mean I'm reducing myself to something. No, I know who I am. I'll just say I'm sorry about it. That's it. So hopefully, whatever Bobby is, you hear me and understand that I didn't mean to hurt his feelings one way or the other. It's just in the heat of the moment. Cannot get my message out. That's why I get frustrated. So I just blow up also. So that was it. So then that's all I have to say. And hopefully the international break, we don't come back from international break with a lot of injuries, and then we go back again for the next month's fixtures and see how many games Chelsea can win. So other than that, man, no, I have no more to say.
Thank you, Boogeyman. Thank you. Yeah, listen, I'm sure. In fact, I'm positive that during the stream, I might have said something that was hard to hear from other panelists' point of view. And if I've hurt anybody's feelings on the stream today and said something that has upset anyone, then I apologize too. It was not my intention to do that to anyone in the panel or even in the chat. A discussion, a debate will always raise emotions because we are discussing points of view and objectives and how I perceive things to be. I may perceive things to be in one way. I may be right. I may be wrong. And trying to debate a topic that is so close to our hearts. All of us here are Chelsea fans, and we all here want to see the best for our team. And sometimes, wanting to see that may get us to try to impose our opinions or express our opinions in a way where it may not be favorable from the other side, that someone else will have the same feelings towards their opinion. So it's expected. I'm actually pleased. I'm actually pleased to have people like you, like Bobby, like Julius, like Max, like Dennis, like everyone. DJ, I know DJ didn't jump on today, but everyone in my panel, you're all part of this family. Everyone who comes to join us in the chat, every time we stream, you're part of this family. And rightly, as was discussed in the chat by the guys, all families argue, all families have a falling out, all families, get into tiffs, fights, whatever. It's natural. It's natural.
Can I add something quick?
Yeah.
I want anybody that is listening to me. I don't take anything personal. Like I was Olo that says something.
Olo, yes.
Olo, yeah. I don't take anything personal. If the discussion that I have Bobby, he said a lot of stuff that I don't take it personal. I just say stuff also. Like it's not. I'm not that type of person. Feelings, too much feelings. I don't involve too much of my feelings in stuff unless it is between me and my wife. But other than that, too much feelings into just talking, walking. Now you can say whatever you want. I will listen to you, but don't worry about it. I'm just that way. not too much feelings for me. So any discussion we have, any debate you have, you can tell me nonsense or anything. At the end of the day, if you say why smiling, I don't mind it at all, as long as it's not really a direct insult. That's not or a direct disrespect. Then I don't really care about it too much.
that will never be acceptable.
Exactly. So
in any place.
I just want to make it clear that disagree with me. I say something, you can say it is nonsense. I don't mind it at all. Like, nobody tie me to the computer. So if I cannot handle it, I'll just turn the computer up for a few minutes, right? So it's not a problem.
I'm trying to figure out what the super chat means, man. Boogeyman, can you help me?
Which one is that? Yeah.
Dude, you have a booger, but love you. I'm trying to understand.
Oh, they say, dude, you are a bugger, but love you. I love you. Like you are the.
What's a bugger? I don't know what bugger is.
Is it bug? Like the person that creates trouble? A bug, right?
Booger.
I think
I think it's a booger. Booger.
No, bug. I don't think it is. Let me check what bug I mean in.
Yo, Shibbe, let me know what you're trying to say in this super chat. Thanks for the super chat anyway. DJ Sav with the super chat as well. What's DJ Sav saying? Excellent stream, guys. It's love from our... Yes, of course, brother. Of course. Big up to you, DJ Sav. Big up to you. Big up to you.
The bug used as a term of abuse.
Troublemaker. Troublemaker. Judas says it's troublemaker.
Yeah, I think he said I'm a troublemaker, but you are a bugger, but...
So I guess that's you then, isn't it? She's referring to you. She's not referring to me.
Yeah,
Shibbe, you're referring to Boogeyman, aren't you?
No, it's probably me then. You are also a bugger, man.
Listen, guys, Boogeyman, thank you very much for being here. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next stream, and hopefully, we'll see Bobby in the next stream as well. You know,
you'll see me, man. You'll see me.
We will. I will. We will get over this. We'll get over this. You know, this is the family. This is a family, and we'll continue to be a Chelsea family, and we will continue to debate, argue, discuss. It's what we do. It's what we do. Shibbe, another super chat.
Is it because I'm still on the stream that you're giving all those money? I can just stay here for the rest of the night.
You know, we can do this all night, Shibbe. It's a Scottish thing. I understand that. Yeah, it's a girl. It's a girl. Shibbe is a girl. She used to be part. She still is part of the moderator team. I tried to get Shibbe to come on the panel and talk with us.
Is she Chelsea fan?
She's a Chelsea fan from Scotland.
But why can't she just come and discuss it? We need diversity.
We do. Hopefully, one day I'll have.
I hope I'm not scaring you.
Join us.
I hope I'm not scaring you. You should come.
You're a booger, mate. You're a booger. You should go say boogerman.
Boogerman.
Stripper, thank you for your donation. Much love, much respect. Thank you. Guys, fantastic stream. Great discussion, great debate. Got a little bit heated, but we got over it. And we move. I will be streaming again. I might be streaming again tomorrow. I'll have to see. But I won't be streaming at all next week. I will be. Yeah, not only that, but I've got a few things I need to sort out, so I won't be streaming at all next week. I might make some pre-recorded videos, but I'll be streaming again over the weekend. So I'll see you guys either tomorrow or next weekend. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Blue Lunch family. Cheers.